We're doing a consultation with Notre, Damin. Then we're working on the tower defense game. So let me get him in the call.
Well, hello, sir.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Perfect. All right. I just started the stream. My YouTube video is live.
Awesome.
All is
Awesome.
good. All is good in the
Is
world.
it the cat video?
The cat video. What do you mean?
You guys didn't do a cat video?
No. No, it's a tutorial.
That's half as fun.
Yeah, well, I'd say less than half, but okay. So am I still collabed on it?
You should be. It's just called Collab with Acer.
Oh, nice. And have you done anything with it? It's okay if you haven't.
I haven't touched it. I think you were the last
Okay.
one to edit it. Yeah, I think you were the last one to edit it. I've been working on my sculpting because I was going to put in a player character before I did too much more so that I wouldn't have to redo animations.
Got you.
But
And the
I want it to
squirrel,
be-
the squirrel was just for fun. Okay, I can't.
that's for a future project, maybe.
Got you.
Or fun.
Or
I
just
might just
fun, yeah.
release it. Yeah, I don't know.
I can't. Wait, did I? I didn't create this scene, did I? No,
created it,
you
yeah.
created it. It's not under my collaborations. What if I search Acer? I searched collab. Well, that didn't help.
Where's it at? Consult with Acer.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, we had
There.
just made the menu. That's right. Okay, that was cool. I remember now.
So, yes. So you're up to speed. Yeah, I haven't touched it since then because.
So
things got
you've
busy.
given up on your Mega Man project?
No, because here we are, aren't we?
That's true. That's true. What? Oh,
Yeah,
here's
this
the
is-
menu. Oh, this works well. I remember. Oh, this is nice. I impress myself sometimes.
Yes, I even impressed myself with. I did the shooting, you did the targeting.
Oh, that's right.
Shooting's
Yeah,
pretty
they're
good.
shooting. What do I do? What are the controls?
L1 to aim, R1 to shoot.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, that
So it
works
out
well.
pretty good. So what do you think about doing the weapon customization logic today?
Yeah, we can work on that. That's a good idea.
I think that would be cool because I want to be able to. We can just use like simple cylinder sculpts right
Yeah.
now, and just like color them differently and use that for like
Right. Hey, JJ, what's up?
temporary sculpts.
So, do you know, like, we don't have to do, like, the final artwork or the mechanics, but do you know, like, all the different upgrade branches?
No.
You don't?
Or do you
Okay.
mean like all the different categories that can be?
So, like,
So it's gonna be set up like Call of Duty Gunsmith. Like
Right.
I don't know if you played Warzone or the new Call of Duty.
I haven't, but
Uh,
I you know what? Let's just assume I don't know what you're talking about. So, yeah, you want to describe it? Hey, Vox.
yes.
JJ, what did you do?
Gunsmith
Yeah.
basically allows you to add attachments to your gun that will upgrade and lower it, like
Mm-hmm.
in previous games. And you'll unlock different attachments. But what it does is it shows your gun in the center.
Right.
It has like a little. Actually, just I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, if you can find a
so that
video.
you can visualize.
But I mean, is your gun just in the center, and then you can like scroll through the different like attachments, and then like
Yes, yes.
there's different attachment categories, and then each category has like a list of different things you have.
Exactly. I'm about to send you.
Okay.
Uh,
What's an easier way to do a double knot gate, JJ? A double knot gate is nothing. You just hook the
double
wire
knot.
right up. What? Wait, are you trolling me? I can't tell. Look at general Discord. You're so proud. What did you do? What is this?
So
Did you
this
do
is
math?
Basically, what it's gonna. What am I missing?
I don't know.
What am I
JJ did
missing?
something that she's proud of. It was Yovork's idea, but I like did it, but I did it. Nice. What is it? Is it a video? What did you do, JJ? All right, Notre, did you send me? Do you have a video? Oh, here.
Wait,
Okay, I don't need a video. All right.
I did. Not a video. I sent you. A
Okay,
picture.
so yeah, like this.
Oh,
And then each
yeah,
each
so
one is like a
the
drop down.
blaster is gonna be. Yes, basically, yeah. But what I'd like to do is when you cycle through each, like we'll have a different barrel, we'll have a different, I don't know what we're gonna call, like maybe just a blaster instead of like a gun.
Yeah.
And so when you hover over that one, which I think we'll cycle with L and R, and then you can cycle through up and down with the D-pad through the ones that you have, rather than going to a separate menu. I think that would be smooth.
So what do you mean the ones that you have, the different attachments you have? So are you gonna have one gun,
Yeah.
just one gun with a bunch of different attachments?
One blaster
I like that.
you can
I like
customize.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
And
like that a
so
lot. Okay, that's good.
Depending on what, like, there's going to be attachments that adjust like the fire. Those same categories that are there are pretty much the ones that I'm going to have, as far as like accuracy, range, damage, fire rate, mobility.
Okay. And JJ, that's awesome. That's really cool that you got that working. So back to my question. Do you know, like, so we have a blaster. So in this example, we have barrel, laser, optic, etc.
Right.
What's on the blaster? Do we know how many we're gonna have? It doesn't have to look good, but and we can decide. We can decide right now, right?
At least 4 different parts, right?
Is this going to be under blaster? Marks. We have a blaster page. Yeah, this would probably.
Yeah, that's where that goes. Okay. Yep.
So let's just scope in. Yeah, let's just get right to it. I will make the blaster. This is the blaster.
Yes.
It
so
is
there's
beautiful.
Gonna be. It is beautiful.
Thank you.
There's going to be a chip, like a computer chip inside that's going to be changeable. So that'll be it'll be a visible sculpt, but it won't be visible on the actual blaster, if that makes sense.
That does not make sense. You gotta help me with that. What?
Okay, so you'll like when you cycle through, you'll be able to see like different chips like next to the.
When you cycle through what specifically? The different like the chip attachment.
The chip attachment.
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
You'll see what they look like, but you won't see it. It won't affect the like visuals of the. Blaster,
it won't. Why not?
Just the chip, because it's an interior thing, right?
Oh.
Why would that affect?
Yeah, that's true.
Then I also want to have like a gem, kind of like a lightsaber, that'll affect like what it looks like, the color of the blast that comes out.
Cool. All right.
And that will also have other effects, but the color will be like a side effect, more or less.
Hey, Zypher, what's up? Okay.
We're gonna have a barrel, obviously, the housing or the actual blaster itself. I think we could put an optic on it, but it doesn't necessarily have to be functional. I think it can just affect range and.
Yeah, I was gonna say like this is not a first-person shooter. You can still have an optic attachment, but like.
Right. So I think if we're gonna make it do something visual, it might change.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Your reticle, like when you target onto things. But the only thing it's going to do is affect your range.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so the chip, the crystal, and the reticle. Anything else? I'm sure there's a couple more things. I don't know.
Any
like
ideas?
Definitely don't add them just for the sake of adding. Like they should all have like a purpose. Right. Maybe I don't know. It's whatever you want. Like this wasn't in the actual game, right?
To an extent, but it was way different.
It was way different, yeah. So you're basically just making it up, which is cool. But
yeah,
let your imagination run wild.
Yeah, so let's go with these.
2 months ago,
pieces,
holy
right?
shit, music
Barrel,
and stuff.
Reticle, blaster.
Yeah.
Optic. I already said that. Barrel, optic, blaster, chip, crystal.
Okay, so barrel is like, well, yeah. So what are these? So let's think about like what the attachments are actually going to change. So let's just start with the crystal first, because I think that's the easiest one. That'll change like the effect, right? Like what the blast actually does.
Yes, so
and the color and stuff.
Give it like an elemental effect or different things like that. Yes.
Okay, that totally makes sense. I like that. Maybe the barrel could Well, would the barrel be just straight damage? That sounds kind of boring. I don't know.
I think the barrel can affect
Maybe the fire rate. I know that doesn't make
fire
sense,
rate.
but
Yeah,
it
but
would be multiple
uh,
different things, right? So like,
yeah, I think the each one may have a plus minus of certain things. Like
yeah,
one barrel might -2 range, but add. That's why I want it to be so customizable that
right.
players can find what suits them or what level they're doing.
And do you want like so in Call of Duty? I mean, there's accuracy, damage, range, fire rate. I don't even know what that
Right,
says. Mobility and control.
right. So the ones that I have here for myself, like
Yeah,
in
that
my notes, are power, range, fire rate, velocity, and accuracy.
I like. Velocity's a cool one. Like how fast the bullets travel.
Right. I think the barrel could be a velocity thing, right? Because
Right.
the
Well,
longer
no,
the
I mean it
barrel,
could
the
be.
bigger.
Yeah, I mean it
Well, it
depends.
could be
Like
multiple, but yeah, yeah.
depends which barrel, right? Like yeah,
Right,
okay, that makes
exactly.
sense. I like that.
So barrel will have multiple effects.
Yeah, I mean they all have multiple
They're
effects,
all gonna
right?
have multiple, yeah. And then
Okay.
the blaster is gonna mainly affect the power and fire rate, probably, like the actual blaster itself.
What do you? So
Uh,
wait, what do you like a blast? What do you mean by that? Blaster attachment?
like the housing, like no, the part that the
Yeah. Okay, the
main
base
piece
part.
that'll
Yeah.
be changeable. It'll look different.
Okay. Did I miss part
No,
where
no,
Acer
no.
deletes half the level? I actually did
I
accidentally delete this square for a second, but no, I did not delete half the level. I'm
I
glad.
solved that problem, Andy, by starting this project with Acer
Yeah,
so that
there.
he
So I
could
couldn't
delete all
delete
my hard
it. Oh my god.
work.
No, yeah, I fortunately with Chivi's thing, it was not a big deal at all. We restored it to its original to its original glory relatively soon or quickly, but all right, Avox, yeah, 5K. All right, I will after
Exactly.
this consultation, I will play your connection thing again. Or is it again? Did I already play your thing, or was that someone else's? You finished a puzzle game. Maybe it was someone else's. I'd love to try it out though. Notre's big brain. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so yeah, we've got the crystal thing, the barrel,
So
the housing,
should
and
we put text gadgets in for each
yeah,
thing right now,
definitely.
like how they are um,
Yes.
on the Call of Duty thing, just for like our sanity?
Do you want it to be the same layout? So like with your
Similar, very similar.
reference,
I want
yeah.
a lot like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so with the reference, there's like 4 on the top and 4 at the bottom. You want that?
Yeah, but we don't
Yeah.
need that many.
But yeah, okay. So maybe
So
just where they will be. So yeah.
crystal, barrel, blaster, chip, and I thought we had one other one. Oh yeah, optic.
Okay. Optic, right?
So 5, just where they would
5.
fit
I like that.
naturally, I guess, around there. Yeah, because if we do any more than that, it's gonna just take up too much of the game.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
What we can resources we can use for other things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you have 5, uh,
5, no, 5 makes sense. I mean, you could actually lower it, honestly. You could do like blaster, crystal, and optic if you really wanted to, just 3. But you make games too,
yeah,
nice.
I want the blaster and barrel because that's both two things that can make it visually different.
Sure,
And I want
sure.
the player to feel their changes. Right.
And but then you have the did I blaster, crystal, optic? I mean, the crystal is kind of like the barrel, kind
No,
of.
the crystal is going to be not visible for the.
Oh, really? It won't be like on the
It
outside
won't be
somewhere.
visible while you're playing. It'll be on the inside, just like the chip.
Well, that's lame.
But you'll see it like if you have like just be like you're same as a lightsaber, but the color of the blast is what will come from. The
Yeah,
crystal.
no, definitely, and yeah, okay. So let's just start with maybe would it be housing or just blaster in general?
We'll just call it blaster for now.
Sure.
If we come up with a better, I'm looking for a better name. Yeah.
Did I accident? Oh, that's just the name of the page as well. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, we can.
We're definitely gonna have to change it to something else. What could it be? Anyone have any ideas? Andy? Where's Andy? He's always got ideas.
Hey, what's up? You wouldn't believe the hoops I had to jump through though, just to go home before everyone else does in 2 weeks. Wait, so they're just sending everyone home. You went into the college, you started up, and now they're just sending everyone home. Is that actually what's going on? This isn't Predators v Produce. Yeah, we're doing a consultation. Noob, Mr. Noob.
Mr. Noob.
So for an hour ish, we're gonna be working with Notre Damin on his Mega Man remake, and then we'll of course get back to the tower defense game. So blaster, barrel, and there's 3 more.
Crystal chip and optic. Which we may not. I don't. Maybe we could go without the optic. We can. I think.
Sure. Yeah. Look,
Yeah,
like
well,
adding it for the sake
seems
of
like
adding it, I'm not
right.
a huge fan.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think the optic's really necessary
because
because it's not gonna have like a
hmm,
tangible
right.
make a big difference because we can adjust range with barrels with the
Yeah,
blaster, with
exactly,
chips.
exactly. Like the thing is, like the barrel blaster and what was the last one? Shit.
Crystal chip.
Chip, right. The barrel blast.
Right.
Well, what does the chip do? What is that gonna?
The chip is gonna be like fire rate upgrades or
Oh,
maybe
sure,
it's
sure,
not,
sure, sure,
yeah,
sure. I like that.
or like so there's gonna be a cooldown too, and maybe it will
Oh, is there gonna be
adjust
like an
those types of
ability or something?
like a secondary
Yeah,
ability.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't think so. I think
No,
with
not in this game. It's
interchangeable
just shooting.
crystals, with the crystals, you may
Hey,
get
Danny,
like
what's
a
up?
different ability on your blast, like like a stun or something like that.
On like each shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
but there, you know what we could do?
Hmm.
A power shot, because Mega Man always has a power shot.
Okay,
So
and
the
then
special ability could be
yeah.
if you charge that, and then
So
the power shot, the ability would come out based on what crystal you have.
so I was gonna say maybe I think the crystal should be the actual shot, like your primary shot. Barrel and blaster can just be the stats, and then maybe the fourth one, whatever it is, can be the charge shot. Like so, it'll change the charge shot depending on what one you have. Because it's important. Like if like yeah, sure, you can have 5 different things, and 4 of them just change the stats, but that's really lame. Like maybe the chip or something can change the secondary shot or whatever.
I don't think. Here's the thing: I want the chip to be is super versatile.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah. Okay,
you
so
can
it
have
doesn't have to be
every
the chip.
different chip could be different things. Like one could maybe give you an ability, like or a different power up,
Mm-hmm.
where another one may just adjust stats, and you have to make the choice of what's more important to you.
I like that. Okay,
So
and
it's
then
like more player customization. So the chip, because it's not visible, can do anything
yeah,
technically.
it can do any. Yeah, well, I mean, any of them can do anything.
Right,
It doesn't
but
matter that
you're
they're
right.
visible.
Like in my imaginary world here. Okay, that's how it works.
But like my point is like so okay. For example, the barrel and blaster would just be stat related. The crystal would be your primary, your like all the different primary shot effects, and then
Right.
for example, the chip doesn't have to be the chip, but just for example, hypothetically, the chip could be the charge effect, whatever it is, your charge shot. That's just, like for example. Does that make sense? Or
I know
and then
what you're saying.
and maybe one chip instead of giving you a secondary, maybe it just completely gets rid of your charge shot and just makes your primary
Powers
super.
up your basic.
Yeah, something like
I
that.
see.
I don't know.
Now you're thinking. Yeah, I like
I
that.
think that was your idea, but yeah.
That's why
So
I like
is
it so
that
much.
what you want the chip to be?
Yeah, I want it to be like a variety thing where you can use it for like a lot, depending on your gameplay style. It
Yeah.
could be different. Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
So you may have to make a sacrifice in one category to get what you like because the chip is going to have a lot. Just like how perks are in Call of Duty, where they put a lot of things that would work well together in the same
exactly.
categories.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Chip. Ooh, no, that's not chip. You saw my dash tutorial, but it didn't work for you. Oh no, Wraith, what? I mean, you probably have some sort of mover or something that's preventing movement. You've been watching Dreams all day. That's awesome. Let's see. You, s- Danny, you saw Wraith in 5 other streams today. That's funny. Okay, so we've got these 4 Texas players. Now these are going to be actually drop downs, where, yeah, drop downs, and then you would choose where you would choose one of your available attachments, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Mm-hmm.
We are on the same page. So okay, just so we're on the same page again, the blaster is a massive change of all the stats. Some blasters have
Yep.
different stats. Yeah, whatever. The barrel is more geared
It's a
towards
little
damage
tweak
and
on
accuracy, right?
Accuracy and fire rate.
Damage, fire rate, accurate, like that like specifically that stuff.
Right.
Well, what else is there? Wait a second.
Velocity too.
And
I mean,
yeah.
everything.
So I guess
think
blaster
the
and
blaster's
barrel
gonna be the main.
are just
The
stat
blaster's
stuff.
the main stats. The barrel
Yeah.
is the tweak. To
Yeah,
those.
yeah, yeah. I like that. Okay, but
You
that
can find
both
it
of them can
here.
edit any of the stats. Yeah, crystal is, and then crystal and chip are like, built like effects and
Wild
stuff.
cards. More
Yeah,
or less,
yeah, like
where
the
the crystal
crystal.
will affect your normal blast.
Yeah.
Its color and its effect if it has one.
Yeah.
And
Right.
The chip will be like your wild card.
Okay, I like that. I like that. All right, that makes sense. So do you want to work on the actual UI of like scrolling through these and the drop
Yes.
down and selecting them? Okay, cool.
Exactly.
Do you have any idea at all how many attachments
I knew that
for each
question was
category?
I think there should be the most of the blaster because that's like the main thing.
Yeah.
Right?
But like
And
5,
then-
10, 3 of them. Like I don't know.
If we did 5 of each, that's only 20 variables. that
True.
would be taken up.
That's
so it's
very
not
true.
Too bad.
Okay.
So let's do 5 of each from now, and if we have to add, we can later.
Just arbitrarily 5 of each. Yeah, I like that. Because you don't actually like. I guess I'm wondering, like, do you even know what they're going to be? But that's a dumb question because we just decided on these 4 right now, so you probably don't. That's fine though.
I've actually had a lot of like the barrel blaster and crystal and chip were already planned out.
Barrel
the,
blaster-
optic was like a late add-on.
Crystal and chip.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
so
was all planned out.
so what are they?
Yeah. That's no. That part was planned out. That we just did.
Ah,
I already had
got you. Okay. Are these going to be inventory items? So, or like, are you going to be able to see these attachments in the inventory, or is this
No.
this menu the only place where you see them?
Yes.
Okay, I like that. I think that simplifies everything.
Exactly.
And then maybe when you get a new one, you can and then go into this menu. There'll be a little exclamation point.
You may get certain items that you need to craft, like a certain barrel or
That's
blaster.
cool. Yeah, that's cool
but
too.
That's a whole separate.
But no, they'll still appear here even when you craft them, right? Like
Right. That once they're crafted, they will no longer be an item.
Yeah,
be a
they'll
blaster
appear
part.
here.
They'll
Yeah, I
only
like that.
Show up in this category. Yeah.
it's like its own inventory. Yeah, I like that. Okay,
Exactly. Separated from everything.
let's get the stat thing in the bottom. Excuse me, in the bottom left now. I'm just gonna put
Okay.
everything in here for now.
We actually don't have any stats. Like nothing affects anything yet. So the blast
Nothing
is just
affects
generic. It
anything.
doesn't- Yeah. There's no adjustment like sliders or anything, which I'd like to just have sliders.
Oh
so that
yeah,
you
that's a
can-
good point. To
Right.
adjust that stuff. Well, I mean, we don't know what to add until we know what they're gonna be. So what is it gonna be?
What is what gonna be? That's
What are the
could be a
stats?
lot of things. Oh yeah. So power,
Okay, so damage, power. What do you want to call that?
damage. Yeah,
damage.
is good. I like that.
I don't know why I pressed enter. Okay.
Range.
So what is range? Are we gonna add fall off? Or is range actually like where the bullet just
That's your-
disappears?
The range is gonna be 2 things. It's gonna be the limit to your lock on, and bullet fall off.
So there is gonna when
Where,
I say fall off,
where
I
it
mean like
disappears.
yeah.
no,
Oh, okay.
where it
I was gonna
disappears,
say like
yeah.
I don't really want to have to decrease the damage as the bullet travels. That sounds annoying.
In the actual Mega Man Legends game,
Yeah.
it literally just disappears. at
Yeah,
the
they
end of
just
it.
disappear. Okay, so I like that range. That makes sense.
There was a stat in the old game that was called energy,
Mhm.
and it was the how how did it work?
Have it shoot
Oh, I
chickens.
think that was more like a cooldown. Yeah, so we're gonna have a cooldown thing. So what would we call that? Just cooldown,
Um.
or like
Oh, like
because
fire
there's gonna be
rate.
like an overheat mechanic. And, no,
There in
overheat.
this game, there's
There's a
going to be an overheat mechanic.
yes,
Wait, so because you have unlimited bullets, so there's not even
right,
reloading in this game. Oh,
right.
I didn't know that. Oh, and AO, I actually like in this thing I've made, there is a menu with a sub menu. I'll show it to you, but I do want to make a tutorial on that. Anyway,
So energy would be that, I guess, right?
I don't like
The
that
overheat
name
mechanic.
though. Oh, maybe
Battery,
energy. I
battery.
guess. So what
No,
is that again?
energy.
It's how many shots you can fire before overheating, or
Yes.
hmm.
Let's call it energy for now. If there's a better name later, we can, right?
Yeah.
Just for the sake of
Yeah.
like moving forward.
So what is energy exactly? It's how many.
Energy is that's your
It's how quick you
basic.
overheat, right? Kind of like.
Yeah, it's your
Yeah.
overheat bar. Like how much like every time you shoot, it adds X amount depending on what blast that you're shooting, depending on your stats and that. And then uh, your energy is basically the battery life before it starts to get too hot, and then you have to stop.
Right.
Right. So
Right.
it's your HP for your overheat bar,
Okay.
more or less, like your MP.
And then is there going to be another stat of like if you overheat, how quickly you recover or something? Is it like?
No, I think that'll just be standard. We'll just have as soon
Mhm.
as you overheat, no matter when you like the thing with the overheat will be like if you have certain uh
Yeah. Can it be thermo?
I
That's funny. It's like a dreams term.
I
No,
I
it's
kind of want to have like a temperature thing because like if your bullets are too hot, you'll overheat faster. So like if you put on stuff that like maybe no, we'll just do like the higher your damage, the faster that you can overheat,
This all sounds
right?
complicated. I thought, but isn't there an energy stat?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so
So
maybe certain
the
attachments can
energy
lower
is
it.
the capacity of the overheat bar. So like say you
Yeah.
have your overheat bar is at 50 generically. The higher your energy is, it'll go up to 100 to 200 so you can shoot hot bullets longer,
Yeah. You can.
right?
Yeah. You
And
can
then
shoot
when
for
you hit
longer.
your overheat, the cooldown will be consistently the same amount of time.
Okay. So you're always going to cool off the same speed.
Yes.
Okay, and then maybe a chip can edit that or something if you want. I don't know. So damage, range, energy, fire rate.
Yeah, a chip like quick reload or something, you know? Like
What
a
else
sleight
is
of hand.
there?
Um, fire rate, velocity,
Oh yeah.
so the speed of the bullets, and then your accuracy.
And then accuracy. Sure. Are we gonna have accuracy? Because there's lock on. Was there accuracy
You're
in the
right.
normal Mega Man game? I feel like.
I feel like you're right about the accuracy thing.
Wait, I don't know. Like, I get COD has stuff like that, but do you want it in this game?
No. Now that's a good point. And we don't need to put excessive like stats that
Yeah,
are
you're just
gonna
firing a
complicate
laser
things.
basically. It's just you're. I mean that's what it looked like in the real game. Wait, was it though? I don't remember.
No, in the real game, lock on was really difficult to use, and so you had to shoot with your player, and there was a bit of aim assist, so accuracy would like up your aim assist.
It would up
But
your
we're
aim
not
assist.
gonna do that because
I
our
guess I mean
lock-on
like
works
was there bullet
smooth.
spread in Mega Man in that game?
No.
There was
It
there
just, I
wasn't
think
bullet
it just
spread.
upped your aim assist.
Okay. So I guess
So I think
yeah, I guess this is good.
bullet spread would be cool though. We could add that.
We
Would
definitely
it be
could.
that hard? How hard is that to do?
Uh So I've made a third person character with bullet spread actually. And it's not super easy. I'm not going to lie, but it's definitely doable. I guess my question is like would it make sense for this game? How come you're in PS3 antennas? 3 months, I
How
believe.
important is that?
How I
How
mean, it's your
important
choice.
is
Like
that?
it's like
You know what I like about games?
What?
When they make me feel like a badass.
Yes.
And so, like, if you're missing a bunch of shots,
You
if
feel
you're a stormtrooper and
feel
you miss,
pretty
like,
bad.
you're not gonna feel like a badass. It's not as fun. Like,
I
so
agree.
let's just make it so you're not really missing that much.
I like that.
Yeah.
So
Just
so
like when I
you're
played that Nutter game the other day.
yeah.
Have you ever heard of that game?
You
Nutter?
felt
Made me
yeah.
feel terrible.
You were pretty bad. But
Uh,
yeah, I gotta make it so you get up faster. Anyway, right. So okay, you don't miss. I like that. So the skill is going to be about like dodging attacks and like knowing when to shoot and managing your heat, right?
navigating platforms while shooting, knowing how
Yeah.
to like deal with different enemy types. Yeah.
What did you do to that imp? You don't know, dude. The imp sprouts another antenna every month you're subscribed. That's how it works. Come on. Have you seen mine? Oh, it's not 9 antennas. It's 7. Mine has 7. Yeah. And do you guys know why the sub badges have stars? I forget. Is it because like I subbed early or something? Well, I mean it's myself, so I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so I like these 5 stats. They all make sense to me.
Beautiful.
Let's put it here. Yeah, over a year. Got you. That's wicked. Thanks. I actually designed them all myself. I think if you click on the sub. Actually, let's find out. If you click on the sub thing, you'll see all the badges, maybe? Is there a way to see all the badges? Oh, there's me. That's a nice face. Shut up. How do you see all the okay, I guess you can't, but that's fine. It's fine. All right, let's keep going. Imp octopus. Yes, exactly. Okay. Imptopus. How? So there's no imp. There's no imp or cursor in this game, right? So it's just D-pad.
Yeah.
Okay. We need to be able to
So
scroll.
I want to highlight and cycle through as you get to like crystal barrel,
Yeah.
and then next to the word crystal and barrel, there should be
the one that's
cycles
equipped.
up and down through your attachments.
The thing that's actually
Right, so, like,
equipped,
if you
right? Yeah.
Right, yeah. So if you push down on the D-pad while you're hovering over the crystal, which you'll cycle through with L1 and R1, you will cycle through the different types of crystals that you have unlocked.
Okay. See, have you... here, let me show you. I've actually implemented a drop-down in Dreams. I don't know if that's what you want, though.
I don't think that I really want a drop-down. I think I want, like, 5...
A cycle. No, I know what you mean.
Different text displayers that cycle, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. But the benefit of a drop-down is you can see all your options at the same time. But to make one that's dynamic, because, like, you're going to be adding things to this drop-down as you play the game, so that actually might be difficult.
The reason I don't want to have a drop down is that when you cycle to each attachment, it's gonna adjust the bars on the left so that you can see how it's affecting each stat, and so
Right.
you'll be able to look and be like, oh, this gives me more power, this does this, and as you cycle down with the D-pad through those, you're not gonna be looking at the drop down so much as just like what it does to your stats, like that's gonna be more the focus.
Okay, I think I know what you mean. Let me just show you.
Okay.
That's not what I wanted. I haven't played this game in a while. This is very well made. Holy shit.
Yeah, who made this?
I did. This is kind of nice. Oh, why is the camera inverted? Wait, is it inverted? Okay, I don't know. Anyway, if we go to recipes, here's an example of a drop down. It's not too bad, but so you're saying like how would the stats compare? We'd have the one that you have equipped up here, and then as you hover, it would change. Like, it would change the bar, the stat bars down here.
But if you have that in some of the places that we have ours, which it's going to be inevitable to keep them well spaced that we do, it's likely that it'll cover up the stats.
I mean, we would just make sure that it wouldn't, right? If the stats are in the bottom left, but
Really
I mean, it's easier to just it's definitely easier just to not do a drop down.
I feel like the simple things we can keep really simple, and then when it gets complex, we can like
Yeah.
get real complex.
I'm just trying to think of like the best way, like the nicest way to display
Would
this.
you
I mean,
just
the
stack
reference you
text displayers
what?
on top of each other? Would you just stack text displayers on top of each other and turn them off and on as you cycle up and down with the D-pad
Is this for the drop down or for the scrolling?
for the scrolling?
Yeah. What would I do?
Right, like I would put an arrow that appears above and below each
Yeah.
attachment, and then
No.
when it highlight, but only when it's highlighted, and then you push down with it, and the down arrow would highlight, and it would go down from like red crystal to blue
Right.
crystal, and then you push back up, it'll go to red crystal. And
No,
you'll see the lines
yeah.
next to the damage, range, energy, and then you'll see that cycle, and all it'll do is change what text displayer is active.
Right.
And obviously it'd probably activate a whole chip that'll.
Yeah, that part's not the issue I'm having is like, so these will dynamically change depending on which ones you have. So how will we actually change the list like as you unlock more? Do you know what I mean? So like, let's say there's A, B, and C, but you only have A and C. How will we make B disappear without making the list look super weird? And this is a problem with drop down or with just with in general. Do you know what I mean? A third person game with the camera following the puppet from behind. I mean, you would literally just place the default puppet. That's kind of what it already does, right? You got the dust effect thing working? That's awesome.
Can we just tell it if one of those has a like? So we'll turn on a variable whenever the like once that's collected, and we can say if that variable isn't turned on, skip.
Just skip
next,
it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and that'll be easier to do not in a drop down, because with a drop down the display would have to change. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll just that like that if statement's pretty easy to do in Dreams. For the most
Hey
part.
Benda, what's up? Okay, yeah, I like that. So yeah, let's set this up. So you're saying it just arbitrarily we're gonna have 5 attachments for each one, for each category,
Right.
and then obviously like I'll try to set it up in a way where you can add or remove them. Wish me luck.
Yeah,
but
I just want it to be like bare bones, and then I'll put like pretty things in. Sparkles and shine.
Right. Do we have a place with our variables? I don't even know if we have any variables yet. All right, let's.
I don't think we have variables.
Yeah,
yet.
we don't have any variables, so let's make some. You know, let's just do 3 for each right now, or even just 2. Well, no, 3 just to test scrolling.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we? I mean, look, we could. Let's just have one variable, and then we can store multiple numbers in that variable. But that's kind of complicated. I don't know. Like, the thing is, like, you're gonna have. We do need to like save as many variables as possible, right? So let's do it that way.
Yeah, I'm looking at this thing in long-term sense.
Yep.
That's why I wasn't in any rush to get back to it. You know, like the more I learn in between, the better off I am when I come back to it.
Okay, attachment blaster. Just to explain what's going on here. This variable will store a bunch of numbers. Let's just do this. So like each number. It just a bunch of booleans, right? 0 or 1, and each number is whether or not you have one of the different attachments, one of the different blasters. Yeah, but the name blaster is kind of confusing.
Yeah,
it's just like the housing or whatever. What do they call it? The stock, the base, stock. They call it. Well, kind of.
No, that's a different part. Yeah.
That is.
The gun. It's just actually called the gun.
It's just the gun itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, actually, in the reference, you don't actually change the gun. The gun itself.
It's a different menu where you change the gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Game, so.
You can't get surround of the puppet, but like you can only see the puppet from the back, like Dead Space does. Oh. Oh, I see. Wrath, if you put a camera on an object and have that object follow the player and always face in the same direction as the player, that should work. Yeah, you're gonna want a camera rig for that. Are you gonna do a third person type split screen for the lulls? Probably, definitely not. No. You would need a custom camera rig for that, yes.
So can we call that menu weapon instead? Would
Wait.
that be better? And then we could actually.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't want to call it gun because it's not necessarily a gun.
Sure. I mean, look, you can change it, whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, Wrath, there might be an easier way to do that. What if we just... What the hell? I placed the puppet in the wrong group. If you turn on face camera direction, that might do what you want to do. So now the puppet always faces the camera direction. Is this what you want? So like the puppet will never face you ever. See? I'm not sure if that's what you want though. Yeah, that is what you want. Okay, yeah. Turn on face camera direction in the puppet menu. All right, let's turn that back on. Okay. Right, let's get the variables. Attachment blaster, and then barrel crystal chip. Barrel. Crystal. And chip. Okay.
So how do you store multiple numbers in it?
Yeah, I'll show you. It's pretty simple, but
good deal.
Okay, and then these are all persist and dream, whatever. Yeah, persist and dream. Okay, and let's go back to here. We'll just do everything in this chip for now. All right, so the idea is that we're saving a bunch of different numbers in each of these variables. So let's just say 3. So the ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds place, for example. And then we split that up and do stuff with it here. So let's just... And where are we setting this, by the way? We would set it whenever we get the item. So let's say you pick up a blaster, then you'd set that number. But I mean, right now we can just hard code it, right?
If you're like, to get the ones, tens, and hundreds, you're dividing it by like 10 and 100 to get the
pretty
other
much
number, right? Or
yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'll show you. So for example, we have the third blaster, we don't have the second blaster, and we have the first blaster, right? That's just an example though. So attachment blaster, we're getting it. So let's split this up. Let's split this number up.
So if we wanted 5 different ones, we would need 5 digits.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a limit of 7. So let's just, I'll set it up for 7. Because why not? Right. So we have the number. What are we doing? Let's start with, is it the 100,000th place or the millionth place? I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. Actually, yeah, let's just do this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe it goes up to that. Yes, it does. you could add more numbers, but it's 7. It's 7 different digits. Any more, and the number starts getting like, not corrupted, but it starts messing up. Hey, Cheeky. So we're working on a Mega Man remake.
If you can store 7 in one, then I want to do. Well, that's 7 sculpts. Now it's getting complicated.
I'm gonna set it up for 7, but I would recommend not doing. Well, maybe. Honestly, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. It's not that hard to do, honestly.
Cost later.
Yeah, it really is not that bad. It would just be additional sculpts, but like the stat changing is just a keyframe, and then you'll see
that's super easy.
So let's do the first digit. We need to here. We have this number, and we need to get the 1. We need to get the 1 out of this number. So what do? First, we divide by, is that 100,000? And what do we get? We get, nope, it's more than that. My bad.
5 million, right?
Yeah, we divide by 1 million. So now we get 1.23. Now we need to get rid of the 2-3. So how do we do that? We're going to round down. Now we have 1. There you go. So we got the 1 out.
That is so smart.
It's a little bit more, and I have a video on that. If you actually, Notre, honestly,
more complicated than that.
It gets slightly more complicated, because what if the number we're trying to get is in the middle, like the 2? Let me show you. So now we're trying to get the 2. We need to get rid of the 1 and the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, I mean, we could do it either way. We can get rid of the 1 first, or yeah, let's get rid of the 1 first. So to get rid of the 1, we're going to take the remainder after division of, I think it's 100,000. No, I was wrong once again. It's still 1 million. I don't know. It's whatever. There. So notice how it's now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We turned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you know why? I'm sure someone in the chat doesn't understand, so I'll just explain it. Remainder after division, I mean, it's what that says. You're dividing by this number, and it returns the remainder. So if we divide by 1 million, it returns everything other than the 1 million. So it essentially gets rid of the 1. And, I mean, in this example, if I put it to 2, now, in our case, it's just 1s and 0s, but just for the sake of the tutorial, we put it to 2, it gets rid of the 2 as well, because 1 million goes into 2 million. So, and if that doesn't make any sense, well, you're stupid.
So
no, I know, I'm kidding.
It
is.
It's great.
You're not stupid. It's a little confusing. I have a video on it though. It's very well explained in the video. Yeah, it's a very nice trick. It's not even a trick. It's just a technique. I wouldn't even call this a trick, because I mean, it's not.
That's genius.
I
would have never thought to do it like that. But
yeah,
that gives you so much more.
Yeah, variable space, right?
So much more depth.
It sucks though, because I wish you didn't have to do this. It would be so much simpler just to have a single variable for every attachment, like blaster attachment 1, 2, 3, 4. Just one variable for each, instead of storing them all in the same variable. Because now I have to do I have to separate it out and setting it. Setting it's not that hard, but it's still annoying. It would just be so much easier to not have to do this, but it's fine. So we have this now.
Once you have this logic set up, you can just reuse it over and over and over.
Yeah, I mean, once you have it set up, but it's just annoying. I don't know.
You should make an element of this.
I do. There is.
Why don't you just put it in here then?
I could.
Save yourself the work.
I mean, it's for me personally, it's just easier to remake it, and it's better instructionally. Instructionally, is that even a word? But
no, that's definitely.
These are calling us stupid. Yeah, can someone link the video? Here, I will. Let's see if anyone can beat me, but I will link the video. It's one of my more popular ones. Oh, and I do have a new video out. If you guys want to upvote it, it helps me a ton. It helps me a ton. So if here. So this is not the video I'm referring to. This is the video I just published. So I would really appreciate it if you could just like upload it and maybe watch it on mute in the background. So anyway, let me show you the video that we're talking about though. So here it is. Saving multiple numbers in a single variable. It's 19 minutes long. I explain it extremely well, in my opinion. 0 downvotes. Well, now someone's gonna downvote it. But anyway, I would check that out if you didn't understand my explanation here. Notre. But
no, I definitely I'm
no, you understand it.
like,
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad.
Very clearly, yeah.
Actually, yeah. Or I should have said JJ instead. That's the video recommended to me that I joined Dreams. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so a remainder, and then we have this number. How do we get rid of the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? We're going to divide by 100,000. Now we have 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's actually, if we go, it's not 2, 3, 4, 5. It's actually, or it's not 2, 3, 5. It's 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's just it rounded up, I think. Which now that I think about it, that doesn't make any sense. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 divided by 100,000. It should be 2.34. Why is it 2.35? What the hell? Okay, whatever. It's fine.
5 rounds up every time.
No, but it's 5 rounded to 4 up. That's right. Thank you. Anyway, we're rounding down. And is there an easy way to display this? Yes, there is. Let's use a number value slider. Damn it. And put the number in there. So now there's a 1. And I'm just doing this for display purposes. There's a 2, and let's keep going. So we're going to do 7 just in case maybe you want 7 different crystals.
So basically, if it's a 1, you don't have it. If it's a 2, you do have it. Is that how it goes? Or what?
No, I wouldn't recommend that. If it's a 1, you have it. If it's a 0, you don't have it.
Okay.
But you could do whatever you wanted.
Yeah, no, that makes more sense.
But I would highly recommend doing 1s and 0s, especially in Dreams. Is that 7? That's only... Oh, no, that is 7.
So, in theory, I could have it go 0, 1, 2 for an upgraded version
you
of
can
that
store it.
particular part.
You can store as many. Yeah,
Dude.
definitely. Do you want to have
like
attachments
that.
as an upgrade? I'm not sure.
Upgradable attachments.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. I'm not sure how that would work, but
What do you mean?
like, how would you upgrade it? Would we have another? Like, would you go?
It would overwrite the.
No. I mean, like in the game,
attachments.
like the gameplay sense. Like, would you go to like an upgrade store and give them the attachment and then they upgrade it for you? Or
Yeah, that's what you already did in the old game.
is that what? Oh, cool.
You would go to your tech person, like
Yeah.
the girl that was like your spotter, and she would upgrade your special weapons.
Just for like money or something?
You'd have to get special parts or like a certain amount of money, yeah.
Thanks,
Depending
Gigi.
on what it was.
I was wondering where I knew Acer from after I realized I wasn't followed him on YouTube longer than Twitch. That's really funny. Okay, cool. Yeah. So how many upgrades are there? 1, 2, and 3, or?
Who knows?
Well, I'm
just
asking. I don't know.
realized
You're copying the game,
I just
right?
realized that I could do that. I didn't even think of that as a possibility.
You can. You definitely can.
I think, like, as of now, we could probably leave that out, and that could be like later. Now that I just know that
It would be very easy to add in. So yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So I'm saying
thinking.
like, it's fine to leave it out, because
Right.
you're not going to have to like remake the entire system
No.
in the future. Okay, so notice how they're all 2. That's because we didn't change these numbers. So this needs to be, instead of remainder after 1 million, it's this. And this, I believe. Oh, now we're getting 0. I did something wrong.
Ruh-roh.
Oh. There we go. 1, 2, well, why is it 4? Oh no. Let's add another 0, I guess. There we go.
1, 2, 34.
Yeah, right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you could actually. There's a funny thing you could do instead of hard coding those numbers. You can actually let me show you, because why not at this point. So you start with this
I'm
one.
learning a lot right
It's
now.
1,100,000. You can actually wire this number into here, and then divide by 10. And that didn't work for some reason. Why didn't that work? Oh, that's why. There. See? So you don't actually have to set it if you don't want to. But, I mean, there's no point to do that. You might as well just hard code it. It's just a waste of wires at that point. Let's do that. There we go.
So,
okay, anyway.
Everything up to that point made perfect sense, but I don't understand what you just did.
Okay, so you know how I'm hard coding? Thanks for asking. You know how I'm hard coding all these numbers right now?
Yeah.
So instead of hard coding all the numbers, all you have to do is wire this starting number to this one and just divide by 10. Each one is just divided by... Does that make sense? So, okay, we have 1,000,000, then we have 100,000, then we have 10,000, then we have 1,000, then we have 100. Right. So instead of hard coding it, you could just like wire it in. You could do it programmatically, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not following that part.
That
like
it's all
said,
you don't have
right
to. It's all good.
I was not understanding what you meant.
It's all good.
That's all right. I get the gist of everything else.
Yeah,
so
no, you don't have to. You don't have to understand that.
Yeah.
Like at all.
I'm sure maybe like down the road I'll get it. But
you don't have to. Like it literally, it's just a waste of. It's a waste of wires. It's just something funny you can do.
Mental space too. I'll just leave.
Yeah,
it
multiply
back.
by 0.1. Yeah, waste. Yeah, sure. Hey, Swarm, what's up?
I'll get rid of that now.
Swarm, I stream all the time. You just miss it. Okay. Which is fine, obviously. We have our variable, and it's split up into a bunch of different numbers. Now what we can do is actually just copy and paste this 4 times. And just change the variable. So it was blaster, barrel.
Yes, sir.
But since a while, oh yeah, it is other games more often now. That's true. Barrel.
Crystal.
And chip. Crystal and chip. Wonderful. So this is barrel. And notice how they're all zeros. That's because the number is 0. Is the game sound? Let me turn the game sound up. I think it's a little quiet. Yeah, you guys probably don't even hear it. Yeah, that's better.
Oh, of course I don't hear it. I'm in freaking Discord.
True. Okay. Now, how do we make these drop downs, or I'm sorry, these menus, or scrolling, whatever, based on the values here? The easiest way to do this would be to always show all of the options and just gray them out if you don't have them. That is not ideal, though, at all. But that is the naive way to do it. That's the super easy way to do it. How do we only show the options that you have? I'm pretty sure I've done this before.
We need to power on a tab. No. Power on.
I think we need exclusive gates. Because like,
Can we just say like if the variable is equal to this, then hold on, I'm processing this.
okay, so for example, let's set. And by the way, I don't necessarily have a perfect solution for this right in this moment. I'm just thinking out loud. But
Right. Same.
is that 7 numbers? Yeah, it is. So this is just a completely random example. 1 0 0 1 0 1 1. So you have the first one, you don't have the second or third one, you have the fourth one, you don't have the fifth one, and you have the sixth and seventh one. So, and here are those values. 1 0 0 1 0 1 1. We need to scroll through these, skipping the zeros. Oh, Calitorus, what the heck? Oh, shoot. No one told, guys, oh my god. No one told me well, okay, you guys don't know. I was in my YouTube mode, so the alert never played. Let's play that alert. Calitorus with the party 11. What's up, dude? What's up? We're definitely, we are playing that alert. In fact, we're gonna play it again because I feel bad. How's it going, guys? We're working on Mega Man. We're making a gun customization menu. That's what we're working on right now. So again, we have these values. We have the 7 things we can scroll through, but we only want to show the values that are 1. So yes, the most naive way is to just gray them out. Here's another interesting way that doesn't, it's the first thing you'd think of, right? Which is this. A selector. And basically it checks when you arrive at a certain thing, it checks if it's 1. If it's not 1, it just goes to the next one.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It does not work though. It does not work. It works. It works. Don't get me wrong. But it flashes the one you don't have for like a frame. So that's not what you want either.
So then you use like a timer, right? Like just to make sure that it's got to be on.
You could basically every time you change, make everything invisible for a couple frames. But you run into another issue. What if you have this one and none of the other ones? Every time you press okay, that's a bad example. What if you have the first one and the second one and none of the other ones? So you go to 1, you scroll, it's immediately going to 2, then you scroll again, and there's actually like a 6 frame or a 5 frame delay before you get back to 1. It's very noticeable and it's pretty lame. So what do we do about that? I have an idea. I've done this before, but, and by the way, you might think exclusive gates with the Q. That won't work either because you can't scroll backwards. You can only go forwards. I'm pretty sure I have a solution to this, though. Let me rephrase. I do have a solution for this. But I'm just making sure it's the best one. Do I? No, where is it? I'm looking for... Here it is. Cycling through own weapons. But this isn't the one I want, I believe. This uses the skip technique, I believe. Yeah, see, this is the skip technique. So as you can see, once you go to B, if you don't have B, it just goes to the next one. And if you don't have C, it goes to the next one. I don't like this, though, frankly. I don't like this. Actually, I think I can actually... Yeah, so look in the top right. Weapon 1, weapon 2. So can we sell this weapon? So you'll see now that we, from default weapon to weapon 1, it's instant. And then from weapon 1 to default, there's a delay. It's not that big, admittedly. But there is a delay. And the more weapons you add, the bigger the delay would be. Family-friendly content. Thank you so much for the sub, dude. I really appreciate it. 7 months. Hell yeah, dude. Have some hearts. 7 months. Holy shit. That's over half a year. So what do we do about this? What do we do about this? There's actually a way. What the hell? Another raid? Kelba Jones? What the hell? Back-to-back raids. What's going on, dude? How's it going?
LB Jones.
How's it going? Thank you so much for the raid. First Calidorus, now Keld? What the hell? I love it. How's it going, guys? Kelba Jones? Wait, is that not how you pronounce his name? Is the K silent? Is it Eld? Is it Elder Bajones? Playing Astrobot. Hell yeah, that sounds fun. Oh, it's Biones. It's B1s? Wait. Keld B1s. That's a weird way to pronounce it. The K is silent. I knew it, dude. It's Eld. Eld Biones. Oh shit. Eld Bajones. I like it. Bjorn. It's like Bjorn. Oh, or Fjord. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
I've been saying Kel this whole time.
I've been saying Kel this whole time.
I feel so dumb.
Oh, the K isn't silent. I'm sorry. All right. Wow. Sorry about that. I'm truly, truly sorry. Okay. What do we do, guys? How do we scroll? There's a way to do it. And I want there to be a simpler way. I don't think there is. So let's just do it. The way to do this is to basically calculate the next index before you scroll to it. And then when you press the button, it will send you to that index. Index being like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. So, for example, let's say we're on attachment 1.
So
and we scroll.
You're saying it's predetermined, and then you push down.
Yes.
And it's already
It just instantly sends you there. So you're at 1. You don't have 2. You don't have 3. You have 4. I already know that, right? It already knows that if you press right D-pad, it will send you to this one, and if you press left D-pad, it sends you to this one. And then when you press it, it sends you there. So let's see if we can do that. And I've done this once before, and I'm going to be honest, it felt really bad. It felt super convoluted. I'm going to try my very best to make it feel a little bit, like, set this up a little bit better. So we have this chip. Maybe we have an output, which is the one you're currently selected on, which is this. And then, don't really need this. Unfollow Acer for messing up the name. Did I mess it up? Is Acer really just learning this? Oh yeah, 100%. There is so little sarcasm right now. I don't even know what sarcasm is, actually. That's how little sarcasm I have right now. That's not a sentence, but that's fine. I'm still not convinced it's not. I don't know if I'm falling for an elaborate joke or not. I'm being sarcastic. All right. Anyway, this is the one you're selected on. This chip will help you select. In this chip, let's have... Do we have controller sensors just everywhere? I'm pretty sure I decided to do that.
You decided to be free with the sensors.
Yeah, I'm free. I am free with the sensors. I know how to pronounce Kelbion's name. I know, and yeah, okay. I recently made a Reddit post that was sarcastic, and people didn't get it, and it pissed me off. Anyway, it's fine. It was, I'll just tell the whole story. It was in the Fall Guys subreddit, and someone was hacking, and they were being mean to him, and I was like, hey, don't be mean. Hacking is hard. And people actually thought I was being serious, and it was just... it's fine. Okay.
There is some truth to that. Like, it is...
Which is why I thought it was funny, frankly. But it's fine. It's fine. That's Reddit for you. I did not put the sarcasm slider or dash slider. The dash. Yeah. But anyway,
sarcasm doesn't translate well in text.
I know, but it's fine. Okay. So scrolling, we hover over this. Let's just assume we're hovered over it. We need to scroll left or right. So I think the easiest way to do that is left or right D-pad. Actually, I'm going to put on some music. I normally don't like music with consultations, but it's just feeling silent.
Yeah,
So
I'm very quiet because I'm being observed.
No, it is not you. You are not the issue at all. It's me, I guess. Let's put on some music. This song is kind of weird.
It's Acer gave me the "it's not you, it's me" thing.
Okay,
So
let me make it so you guys can hear this as well. There we go. Wonderful. All right. So let's grab left D-pad and right D-pad. And let's figure this out. Okay. What do we even want to output here? Probably a number from 1 to 7. That makes the most sense. Okay. Now, let's think. Because the way I did it before, it was convoluted.
I want to do a test to see how slow the selector really is between 1 and 7, because if it's...
Do you mean so, okay, let me explain it. So, you're going from 1 to 7 and 5, or would that be 6 gaps in between?
Right.
It's 6 frames, and you feel it. I promise
Really?
you, it's not smooth at all. It's bad. It's bad, and it introduces more bugs. Which is like, let's say you go to the right and then select as fast as possible. You're selecting, but nothing is actually selected because it's still like cycling through the blank ones. Trust me, that's not what you want to do. Yo, what up, Clitoris? Did you just get here? Oh my lord. Yeah, sarcasm is subtle, that's true. I'm here now. Welcome. Okay. I have an idea. But I'm not sure if it'll work. I'm just thinking about how I'm going to do this. It's a number. It's a number from 1 to 7. Let's say we're on 1, and we scroll to the right. We need to go to 4. We need to skip 2 and 3 because 2 and 3 are 0. The way I did it before, I just had wires.
Can you use the same method with the selector, but instead set up a queue so that it queues
What do you mean a
up
queue?
as soon as, like, say for example, you tell it can't move for a few frames once you go to that, and then you set up a queue for it to go with the same tool, like the way you were going to use the selector originally, but instead set that queue so it's predetermined. Then you knock to that, and then you say, okay, you can't change for a few frames while it sets the queue up. Good.
Right. No, I think I know what you mean. That's so by queue. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by queue, but
you're doing the same thing that you wanted to do before, where you're predetermining you're going to predetermine what number you want to go to. So when you select the first one, for example, and you want to go to the fourth one, as soon as you go to the first one, you're going to have a timer that delays you from...
Yeah, and it calculates the next one. Yeah, exactly.
And it'll calculate the next one. That's the same method you were going to use that didn't work.
Oh, are you saying calculate it before you even press the button? That's an interesting idea.
Yeah. So that way, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. It already works.
That's an interesting deal. If you spam it though, it'll still feel bad. Yeah,
you can't spam it.
Exactly,
you can't spam it because there's a delay between when you change.
Right, it would be a 5-frame delay. Let me just set it up this way. I've already done this before.
If we make it, okay.
No, I hear you, dude. Trust. Like I know exactly what you're saying.
Really easy.
But like, you might as well just do the initial selector solution, because like it. Yeah, but okay, so. Basically, we need to set previous and we need to set next. We need to set previous, and we need to set next. So this chip will be 1. Let's set it up this way. It's just the way I had it before. It was, I don't know, it was kind of annoying. But this way will work. I've done it before. I have done it before. I don't know why. Okay, let's not copy and paste just yet. Let's try to set up the chip first. Let's think this through. So we're gonna have 7 of these, by the way. We need to, each chip needs to know if it's current or not. So let's have a counter. If this counter is counted up, this means this is the current one you're selected on. Oh wait, hold on. You wanted to be able to compare stats, right?
So we're gonna have to give it a second for the bars to move. So during that animation, you shouldn't be able to change anyways.
Well, so like you have one selected and then you're scrolling through it. Oh no, never mind. That's fine. That's fine. I'm overthinking it. It's that won't be an issue. So okay. Anyway, if this counter is counted up. Yeah, well, don't worry about it. I'm thinking kind of ahead. It's no big deal. Oh, you gotta go. Hope you all have a good night. See you later, Kill. Thanks for the raid again, dude. Later, you handsome devil. Nice. Let me turn the music down a little. If this counter's counted up, that means this is the current one that's selected. But not the one that's equipped. It's the one that's selected, like, it's the current one you're hovered on, basically. Yeah. Okay. Now, how do we, we'll worry about counting it up later. So, let's say this is
See, full. I think, dude, I'm telling you, because we've got to move those bars, that's even more reason to, like, just say you can't change it while the bars are moving and then use that simple method.
That won't be an issue at all. It'll just, we'll just do like an animation for that. And if you spam it, the animation will change. That won't be an issue. I promise you that it's worth doing this because the delay, it feels it feels janky. It's, and this is a good method to learn, but it is kind of complex. So, okay, if this counter's on, that means this is the current one that's selected. We're basically making a custom selector kind of thing. Now, this is sent into here. We're not actually, but like, so this would be sent in like that. So this means that if this is on, that means the previous one is selected. And then this one will be labeled as next if this value is 1. That probably didn't make sense, but just bear with me. So is this left? So that's previous, and that's next. Previous. Next. Cool.
So, I know that this is probably, like, not necessary at this point, but I kind of wanted to do up and down.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Because you're going to use L and R to cycle through which one.
What's wrong with left and right D-pad, though?
Whatever.
I don't know. It's just because...
I don't like it.
Sure. You're going to use L and R to, cycle through those. That makes sense. And then, so you want to go...
Like, up and down.
Up and down. Okay. Yeah, it literally, like, it's super easy to change.
Yeah, I know. I guess you could leave it. It doesn't matter.
There you go. I got you. But it's still previous and next. And we're laying everything vertically, so yeah, that's fine. Okay, so would it make more sense to just no, never mind. Okay, so this is whether or not the previous one is selected. So, oh, not just the previous. This should be this one. This one can be the previous one, and this one can be the one after it. So, let's say we have a chip here and a chip here. We're on, and this represents each of the things we're cycling through, and we're on this one. If we press the left D-pad, we would go to this one. If we press up D-pad, we go to this one. Down D-pad, we go to this one. But if this one is 0, if this one's value is 0, we would go to this one. We would actually be going to this one. So that's basically what I'm trying to implement right here. It's hard to explain, but
No, it's so far it makes perfect sense.
Okay,
So
good.
You haven't lost me yet. You're
good.
probably
I'm glad.
keeping-
I'm glad. Honestly,
If I
like-
can follow, they can follow. Trust me.
no, and honestly, like, this is not an easy. This is actually a really difficult problem in Dreams specifically. To cycle through a list that is changing. I just wish there was an easier way to do this, but
There is. I told you how.
no, but like a much easier way. Like, okay, so if you could just have and maybe there is an easier way. If you could have a selector and then like dynamically turn off options, that's what we need, right? We need to just get rid of E sometimes.
Why couldn't you turn off the E input sometimes?
Can you?
And then wouldn't E disappear? Like if you have an input for E and it's not, there
I
is
don't
no input.
I don't think
Will
so.
it cycle right?
I don't
back?
think that's how it works, but let's try it. Who knows, right?
Well, no. If you have your thing on, it should cycle right through. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh my god, what if this just cycled right past it? No, I don't think. Yeah, I didn't think so. That's not how it works, unfortunately. If you could
Is there?
skip it, like we just want to skip things, but it's fine. We're making it. We're doing it. We're doing it eventually. All right, here we go. Let's think about this. There's one more thing I need to do though. It's this. We need one more. So this is whether it's selected or not, and this is yeah. Okay. I don't even know what to label these, frankly, but maybe like I need a way to like pass the value on. Oh, this is so annoying. So this is whether we have the value or not. It sucks because I've done this before. This is whether we're pressing the value. Okay. It's hard to, I'm trying to keep it all in my head at the same time while I'm building it. So if this value is a 0, and this one is supposed to be the next one in the list, it just keeps going. It passes that data on to the next one. Again, if this
Would
one
that
is
be called
0,
skip instead of next, or was it?
well, hold on. If this one is 0, and this microchip and this option is supposed to be the previous one, if you press up D-pad, we just keep going. Okay. Now,
Okay.
otherwise, if it's 1 and you press the down D-pad, wait, and it's supposed to be the next one. We count the counter up, and it's the same thing for this. If it's supposed to be the previous one, so like if you press the up D-pad and this is the one you're supposed to go to, and it has a value of 1, and you actually do press the up D-pad, it counts this counter up. Now the last thing is, how do we count this counter down? I think this is it, though. We just need, now we need a way to count, whoa. Now we need a way to count the counter down. Again, the counter is which one is selected. So when do we count the counter down? Every time we press one of these buttons.
Okay, so what's going into the bottom 2 up-down nodes?
The bottom 2 up-down nodes. Right. So this is if we're setting, we're trying to figure out, so like, okay. Let's say we're here.
But what's the input there?
Right. What's the input? It's a positive single. So here, let me just give me a second. Let me just.
So
it's the next one, right? We're figuring out which is the previous one and which one is the next one. And if this is supposed to be the next one, but the value is 0, it sends that signal on to the next one, right? But we need to figure out how to reset this counter. So basically, if this counter is on, and we do either of these things, it should reset, I guess. All right, let's try it. So we need 7 of these. I have no idea how expensive this is, and maybe like we're gonna have this many.
That expensive.
2%. Yeah, that's not that bad. But and this is the only time where we're gonna have a list like this, where we want to scroll both ways. It's specifically the equipment upgrade thing. Because everything else isn't gonna be like this. But again, we might not even use this, and frankly, we probably won't. We'll probably just go with a system that doesn't need to do this. But
is it possible to emit the whole menu so that it's not in the scene when you?
That's an interesting idea, actually. That's a really interesting idea. So that's a
so
really
that I can make this as costly as I want.
That's
with
a
no
good
worries,
idea.
and-
So Notre's idea is basically at the beginning of the game, emit this list.
No. Emit the whole menu when you activate the menu and destroy it when you're done with it.
Wait,
Just
no,
save
no,
the
no,
variable
that's not how
outside
emitting
of
works.
it.
Emitting, oh, that's not your idea at all. Never mind. Emitting, you have to have a copy in the world anyway. That would actually double the cost of it. You can't load things in. But no, you just gave me an idea, which is funny.
Accidentally.
What if you created this list in space? And every time you got a new item, you recreated the list. And then if you're in space, you just literally physically move like a cursor in space. That's an interesting idea. I'd like to do that next, actually. I want to get this working, but then that's actually a really cool idea.
I'd like to see it because I'm not understanding what you're saying. If
You literally admit cubes into space, in scene space. Like you would emit cubes, and each of those cubes represents a different menu selection. But it might be kind of weird to do. Okay, anyway. let's do this. So we need to know which weapon we're selected on, right? So we're converting all of these outputs into a single number using a selector. Let's display this number like this, taking the active ports. Okay. Hey, Laggy, what's up? You are clearly microchip. I can see that you are clearly microchip inside microchip, which all serves the microchip. What are you talking about? Every time you blink, you miss half the process. Don't worry about it. Once I get it working, I will explain it much, much better. Hopefully. So now we have... Oh, see, this is where it gets super messy. Ideally, we just have this in this, but it's fine for now. It's cheaper this way, I guess.
Oh, you just keep cloning it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it goes into the microchip, or maybe not the microchip, but like
Yeah.
it's annoying. Like sometimes it opens the microchip when you don't want it to open. Okay, and then previous goes to previous. Next goes to next. Previous goes to previous. Next goes to next. This entire system is trying to figure out when you're scrolling through a menu, which is the next item and which is the previous item. You could do this with exclusive gates extremely easily, but you can only scroll one way, which is depressing and sad. Now, I just thought of something. Maybe you could have 2 sets of exclusive gates. The priority is reversed. Ooh, I want to try that too.
Experimentation.
Yeah, because what if you had 2 sets? Because exclusive gates can only scroll one way, right?
Yeah.
You know that, right? You're not just saying. I'm just curious. Like, do you, right?
No,
Okay.
I don't know, but I do.
You don't know that. Okay, so with exclusive gates with queue mode, you can cycle through them in order. But you can't go backwards. You can only go forwards. But what if you had 2 sets of exclusive gates? One to go backwards and one to go forwards. That sounds promising, but I've already sunk too much time into this. I want to get it working first. It's all set up. I'm really curious to see if this will work. I'm going to be honest. I don't think it will, just because I probably did something wrong, but... yeah, okay, so D-pad's not doing anything right now. Let's... What the hell? Notre, get out of here. No. I'm kidding. Okay, it's not working. I don't know why. Let's... Oh, because none of the one of the counters needs to be set initially. That's my bad. So...
The first one should be set, right?
Right, because you're definitely going to have... You're always going to have the first one.
Right.
Oh, crap. This controller sensor shouldn't be on unless we're actually in the menu.
Yeah.
So maybe we do that. Not sure. I'm not sure if that actually works. I don't see why it wouldn't. Yeah, why wouldn't that work? Okay. Yeah, why wouldn't that work? All right, so let's try it. Blaster. Okay, so let's see. It says we're in 0 right now, which is correct. Let's try going down D-pad. Okay, that didn't work. So it should have been to this one, but as you can see, this counter is not on. I know why it's not on though. I know why it's not on. I know why it's not on. This needs to be a pulse. These need to be pulses. Well, hold on. Let's actually test it. It might have turned on for 1 frame. I'm not sure. I think I know what's going on. Wait, let's do one more test. Okay. So, see, this signal should be on. Wait, nothing's coming out of this? Oh, wait. Wait. What am I doing? Wait, I didn't, I messed something up. I messed something up. This is the current one. Where is this signal coming from? This signal doesn't come from anywhere. Well, it comes from this. No, that doesn't make sense. Wait, this signal doesn't come from anywhere. Oh, shit. We need one more thing. We need this. That's what we need, I believe. Yeah, that'll do it. The current selected one needs to send out the previous and next signals. And I just completely forgot that. It's all good, though. Okay, here we go. There you go. Look at that. Look, guys. Look. So, I mean, it didn't work for previous for some reason, but... Oh, well, I know why. Previous is not... I didn't hook up previous. I didn't hook up previous correctly at all. What is wrong with me? Holy shit. I made previous go the same direction as next. Like a freaking idiot. Guys, previous should go up. Previous should go up. Like that. So previous should go up. Next should go down. It's working, though. It's working, which is really nice to see. It's funny, though, because I'm going to completely scrap this for something else, most likely. But... Noter's already gotten his 1 hour of consultation. This is just for me. All right, check this out. So look, it's working, guys. Next, this is 0, so it's 1, 0, 0, 1. So it skips this next signal. You can follow it. It skips this one, stops at this one. See? Look, next. This is powered on. This is, and then previous is off. So, okay, I just pressed O. Let's try to get back into the menu. There. So check this out. When I go down, it's 6. What if I go back up? Okay, it's not working, but that's okay. That's okay. But the wires are working, so something else is wrong. So we're at 0. Let's try going up. It went to 3. Something's wrong. Oh, I didn't make these a pulse. Let's try that. But the fact that I can calculate what's next and what's previous is the hard part, right? Now it's just getting everything to work. Okay, so going down went to 6 for some reason. Oh, 6 is the last one. Oh, so it seems to be reversed. So what if I go up? I want it to go to 3. Or... down. Okay, it's going to 6 either time? That's so weird. What's happening? What is going... Oh my god, this is super annoying, the test. Holy crap. Because every time I press the O button, it resets. So let's pause it first. Wait, why is it on 6, though? Why is it starting on 6? What the hell's going on? Zero. Okay, good. So let's see. When I press the down D-pad, it should count this counter up. But it's immediately resetting it. Okay. Okay. It's immediately... So my reset logic didn't work. Which is fine. It counted
Is
up
your counter
and it immediately
is your counter
reset.
outputting a pulse or a continuous signal?
It's continuous signal, but what should happen is I need a delay, basically. So instead of this is what we need. And this will work. I should have saw this coming, though. But you can't see everything coming. There. Now it only resets if it has been on for more than a frame. Or let's do 2 frames. There. That will fix it. I'm 100% sure. 100% sure that'll fix it. This is messy, I'm aware, but I can neaten it if I want. I'm just trying to get it to work right now. Maybe if I spread it out. But whatever. So it'll only reset if this counter has been on for 2 frames and this is on. Yeah, I like that. What? That should be in the power. I don't know what I was doing. Okay, there. Holy moly. I wonder if anyone caught that. So this is a little annoying to set up, but it's not. It's less annoying than rewiring literally everything, so. And once I get this working, I will explain how it works and then try to build it differently for the next one. It's a fun little challenge.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
This one was a little hard to follow.
It's very complex. It's one of the. It's a linked list, basically. We're making... This is a linked list. It's just not expandable dynamically. I've actually made one. I've made a dynamically expanding linked list, but it's very niche. It would be good for card games or something, but... Like, I had trouble following it, right? Hey, babe. Did you make HelloFresh?
Yeah.
How was it?
Delicious.
Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't help you today.
You could have helped me.
I'm working actually. Natalie does not respect
Your side hustle.
my full-time side hustle. Yeah, no. I was gonna jokingly say full-time job, but yeah, my side hustle. Like at all, which is sad, but it's fine.
You could just call it a hustle. It ain't even a side thing. Right?
Yeah, it's my hustle.
Yeah.
You have to pay an hourly. It's not an hourly rate. It's a one-time fee with a minimum of an hour. If it was an hourly rate, I would charge probably less or something. But my full-time, part-time side hustle, exactly. No, I
Depends on
can't.
how much fun you're having.
Yeah, right. No, but I can't do an hourly rate for this. Nah, it's $30 for a session. How long that session lasts depends on how fun I'm having. How much fun I'm having, basically. All right, let's try this. Down is 3, 5. It works! Sort of. We skipped 6. Okay, it almost works. Oh. Oh, nope, it does work. I just wired it up wrong. Previous here, and then next. Previous. Next is all the way up there. Why didn't that work? So this, when I go up, yeah, it's to this one, 6. Oh, look at that. 2 of them are on now. Oh, no. Oh, no. Why the heck did 2 of them are on right now. Oh, my God. No. How does that happen? How does that happen? See, this sucks, man. This is why I hate using wires. Well, this isn't exactly why, but okay, I go up. Only one of them is on. Okay, so let's follow. So next goes here. Previous goes here. Okay. But how did this one turn on? Why did I? How is this one on now?
What if as soon as you entered the menu, it determined which ones you had and set it up that you could only cycle through those ones?
Yeah, that was the idea of like spawning in the actual menu. I think that's a really cool idea. Okay, it seems like we have an issue with the counter. Fortunately.
It doesn't even necessarily have to spawn in. As soon as that tag activates, if that menu's on.
No, I'm saying like the spawn in method would, I think, be really cool. Okay, so this just doesn't work, I guess. I don't. God damn it. I mean, it's kind of working. It just successfully skipped over these two and went to this one. Now it should skip over this one and go to this one, and it does. It went straight to 5. Now it should go to 6. But both of them are on. What the heck happened? Now 2 wires are on. What? Okay, from here. Okay,
So,
I mean, here's the issue. It seems.
It's when that first double wire thing happens, it like continues it, right?
I'm not sure.
Because there are 2.
What do you
Like
mean?
when there are 2 on,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
gonna continue to leave 2 on. So whatever.
Yeah, and it's bad. That's not good.
To double the first time. Well, I'm saying whatever's causing it to double
Right.
the first time.
Which is 3. I believe it's the third one, but I don't know why. There's just one signal here. Oh my god! Every time I press, oh, okay, it's fine. It should either go to 5 or go to 0. But it just turns 2 on. What? That time it worked. 3 to 5. And see how it's instant? But it's...
So it's 5 to 6 that doubles, right? Looks like.
3 to 5,
3 to
5 to
works,
6
but 5 to
doubles.
6
So
doubles.
let's go back to...
Something between 5 and 6 is going on.
Yeah, okay, here. When I go down... So, you know what? Maybe it's this one. This one is like immediately set. I don't even know, dude. We could try increasing the timer. But, I mean, that's probably not going to work. And there's always a chance I wired it up wrong. Let's just make sure I wired it up right.
Yeah, but if you're gonna put delays in there, then you might as well.
But like, these delays are just to like make sure it works first. We shouldn't need these. This is really frustrating. Okay, you know what? I think the double exclusive gate is promising. I think it's very promising.
Let's shelf this idea real quick and
Yeah.
try that one.
I
Put this one
agree.
to the side.
I agree. I want to get this. Hey, what are you doing? What did you just do? What did you just unplug? Dude. Hello?
Oh, I can hear you.
Is my stream still
What?
going?
Your
Okay,
face
give me a
is
second.
frozen. And your game capture is.
Yeah,
gone.
thanks, babe.
Okay. Things are happening. You're
What
definitely
just
still live.
What is going on right now?
Your stream did crash.
Wait, like actually what just happened? My what the hell? Yeah, my cat just like unplugged something. but I don't know what. Oh my god, he just completely... Wait. Oh, no, never mind. Where's my cam link? Sorry guys, my freaking cats.
Had to get cats. Had to get cats.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I don't know what's going on.
Well, we have no video feed from you.
Is my PS4 off? I don't think my PS4 is off. Okay, there we go. Jesus Christ. But now,
Webcam.
where is my cam link? Oh my god.
You unplugged your cam?
What is happening?
What did you do?
I have no camera. Are you serious? Natalie, can you get the cats out of here, please? Can you get the cats out of here? You guys can hear me, right? Yeah, I know you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I don't know if they can.
He's fine.
They just, like, screwed up my entire stream. Just, please, like, they were playing in the wires, and...
Come on. Go. Look.
They were playing in the wires and just... This is the way you said that. So hilarious.
Okay, I'm working on it, guys. You can't hear me, yeah. Hey, J Games. Holy shit. But, like, I don't know why my camera's not working. And my... Like, I can live without a camera, I guess, for now, but... Wow, what a
After
great
all
thing to
that.
happen right now. I'm multiplying. What are you talking about? Wait, seriously, what does that mean?
No, you're not multiplying.
Okay, this is
everything
working.
else.
Where is my camera? Oh, now it works? Okay, that makes sense. All right,
Oh, there you go.
I don't know.
Good job.
Like, I genuinely don't know why that fixed it, but I guess why would I complain? Okay. Wow. Yeah, thank you, Avox. It is definitely good now. Okay. So, this is depressing that it doesn't work, and frankly, I do not know why. I'd like to try one more time, though. Oh, you guys probably can't hear the game anymore. Give me a second. Or you definitely can't hear it. What the hell? Give me 1 second to set this back up. Game capture. Okay. Yep, you can hear it now. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, why? So what's going on here? I go down, it goes to 3. So when I go to 3, it goes to 5. When I go to 5, it goes to 6 and 1. So let's open the chips and see what happens. So right here, you can see that it's saying this one should be the next one, and this one should not be either of them. But when we go down... Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, I see what's going on. So it's setting it to the next, and that signal gets through even, like, during me pressing this button. So what we have to do is, yeah, just add one more timer. Okay, that makes sense. So this timer delay, yeah, we should keep that at 0.1. And we need one more timer delay. Well, it's not even a delay, it's just, well, I guess it's a delay. It's this. That makes perfect sense. I wonder if there's a better way to do that. Maybe not. So that should be 0.1, and this should be this. So what we're doing is just setting the previous, like, after it's finalized, as opposed to at the same frame. Yeah, I probably could have saved this as an object. It would have been a lot cleaner. That's fine. Oh, here. Okay, so we want it to be 2 frames again.
Oh, Benda just called you out.
What did Benda say? Starting to have a lot of timers? Yeah, well, I'm trying to get it to work before I try something else. I'd really like to have options as opposed to just, like, scrapping this.
Yeah, no doubt. You're this far now.
Yeah, right? And these timers aren't going to add delay. It just makes sure... I mean, they're technically adding delay, but it's just to make sure that the entire system works. Because multiple things were happening on the same frame, which was obviously causing issues. So now I'm just applying this change 7 times, which is very fun and engaging, but you do what you gotta do, I guess. Makes sense why that happened, though. And the way I debugged it, by the way, I mean, if you missed that, I literally just, like, ran the logic with the chips open, and I was pretty quickly able to realize what went wrong. Okay, let's try it. Down is 3, 5, 6. It works now. 1, yeah, it works now. So look at this. Let's try to memorize this. So 1 0 0 1 0 1 1. So 1 0 0 1 0 1 1. So it should skip B and C and go to D. Now it should skip E and go to F. Now it should go to G. Now it should go to A. Now let's go backwards.
So how expensive is each?
This is quite expensive. I'm not gonna lie. This is quite expensive. It's pretty much, it's not worth it. It's 2%, which is kind of ridiculous for this. But I mean,
Yeah, because we're gonna have
it works.
4.
We're gonna have 4 of them, exactly. I'm just glad to get this working. So now, when we get it working cheaper, we'll have something to compare it to. But anyway, let's go down, or up rather. So it should go to G. Now it should go to F. It should skip E and go to D, and it should skip C and B and go to A. Now, the cool thing about this, guys, is that it's dynamic. So if I change these numbers, let's do 1 0 0 0 0 0 1. It's going to skip everything and go right to G. See? No delay. It's instant. Look at that. Same with going up. So, Notre, I got it working. Let the record show that I was able to get it working.
It is pretty.
It works flawlessly.
So,
Yovork, that is exactly what I'm trying to do. And scroll both forwards and backwards. So I'm going to try something else now. The logic reads off the number variable. Yeah, so that's this. We're getting the numbers off of the variable right here, and then we're taking those 7 numbers and we're putting them into these chips, and these chips just figure out where we are in the scrolling and which one is the next one and which one is the previous one. This is very expensive. It is cool. It is very cool. It's just expensive. I'm gonna now implement it again for barrel in a completely different way. Hopefully in a cheaper way. We will see.
So one statement here though, like we may have to have a delay anyways because the barrel is going to be switching a visual, and like
Okay.
when we're for that to like for you not to like fly through them and it look weird, like we're gonna have to have some type of delay.
Why? Why would it look weird? Why not just change the model like instantly? I'm curious. Like I don't. That's what I would do personally. Because like you can't have. I mean, I guess like what animations can
So
you
if
have
they're
in
just
dreams?
Spanning up and down is just gonna be like boom, 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 boom,
It's
boom,
just
boom,
gonna
right there.
instant. Because you can't. What I would do? Well, what would I do? What does the game do? What does your reference game do? Warzone, isn't it just instant? Like it's just instant, right? It's a model swap, right?
So yeah, but let me yeah, but it takes you to a different menu and then brings you back.
Oh,
so you
seriously?
don't- But in the Mega Man game, that if do you still have our chat from before? Like
No.
the references there, the video.
I don't think so.
You don't. Okay. Let me copy this link then, and I'll paste it.
Okay. Yeah, if there's an animation, show me, but it might be tough to do in dreams.
So we could do something that's gonna. This is from Mega Man reference.
Did you send it?
Let me find.
Okay. Yeah, find like the time. It's 9 hours. Jesus Christ.
Activated everyone.
Oh, this is the sequel. I want the original.
Sequel. Wow. Okay. So while you do that, I'm going to try to implement this with exclusive gates. As you guys know, exclusive gates can queue. In queue mode, they can cycle only one direction. So my idea is, what if you just have one set for one direction and the other set for the other direction? Like, why wouldn't that work? Wait, I feel like this would work. We can call this blaster. Attachment blaster forwards. And attachment blaster backwards. Did I just type blackwards? Blaster blackwards. You watched the video of City Skylines of AI in games, and a fact that surprised me is that the car on the traffic jam teleport to the point. Yeah. Yeah. They just teleport around. That's cool. All right, forwards and backwards. This might not work though. No, I don't think this is gonna work. Shit.
So in the video at 5:03, you'll see the menu that they have
I don't
in
think
the
this is gonna
game.
work.
Now this is different from what
5:03?
we're doing now.
5 hours?
Yeah, 5 hours and 3 minutes. Yeah, this is different than what we're doing now. But this is an example of like ways to make the delay like viable and still make it make sense with like how you're cycling.
5 hours and 3 minutes?
Yes.
Is this it? Or... Oh, wow.
Are you? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, is this what you're talking about? So, like, these weird
yeah, that's
cylinder things just wouldn't be there?
Right, we would have some other method of like moving them. Maybe if we put like, say there's 5 of them, we use like a hexagon.
Okay, but
and
you,
have that
you
hexagon
told me you
spin
wanted the
over.
drop-down list. Or, I'm sorry. You did not say you wanted the drop-down list. You told me you wanted, like, a
Right.
scrolling list thing. Not
We're
scrolling,
We're
but...
gonna use the list to select, but
Yeah.
I'm saying for it to show up on the gun, like maybe have an animation for it to come out, like to put the barrel on, and the
Yeah.
the visualization in the middle.
But it wouldn't show up unless
then-
you actually equipped it, I thought.
Oh.
Because you're right now.
Yeah, but
My problem is just hovering. You're just scrolling through it.
Right. So what I want to happen as you're cycling through, I want it to change what's equipped so you can visualize the different ones too as you're going before you like.
Okay.
So basically, you're gonna build your gun and then push like accept or something, and it'll set it.
Okay.
Like,
That makes
lock
sense.
it all
Yeah.
in.
But I don't know.
What are you thinking?
I just want to solve this problem for me, honestly. Because like I've had a need for this at other times. Yeah, you know what? For this one, just to appease you, let's do the method where it just like skips, right? So let's see if I can rebuild this from memory. We have just have a bunch of chips. I should really stop doing that until it's finalized. So this node is whether or not we actually have it. And what else do we need? We need to know if we're selected on it. And if we have it, and okay, and then here. If we don't have it and we're selected on it, it should, I mean, I just had like a loops not gate, which went to the next one. It should just go to the next one. But, oh, here's the problem. What if you wanted to scroll the other way? Didn't I have, how did I do, well, okay, hold on. Let's save this. How did I do this? I had it, I already have a working version. Let's check it out. Forwards and backwards. Can't you have something going in and out of the exclusive gate repeatedly? I don't know what you mean by that. Like, I have literally no idea what you mean. Oh, these are tutorials. I want remixable templates, my bad. Well, shit. How is this cycling the other way? Oh my god, in this demo, I literally only go one direction. Oh no. Why didn't I just use exclusive gates if I'm only going one direction? Oh boy, okay. Oh boy, I leveled up. 291, wow. Okay, well that didn't help.
Close to the big 300.
I know, right? I mean, what we would need is 2 of these. And then if we go... Well, how do we know which direction we came from? I don't even know if this is going to work. You'd have to... So if we're going down, we need to just keep going down until we get to a new one. If we're going up, we keep going up. We just keep going up until we get to one we have, rather. I said a new one? I don't even know what that means. So how do we do that?
So what if we didn't use a selector and we just used like an AND gate? And you said like, if you're on 1 and 2 is powered on, you go to 2. And if it's not powered on, then you would go to 3.
I mean, dude, that's basically what I did here. That's essentially what I did here, actually. Like, pretty much exactly. The reason we have a selector here is just to display the number. Yeah, Notre, that's exactly what I did here, right? Only instead of an AND gate, I did a NOT gate and then with power into it. Yeah, that's what I already did. I did a custom.
See, I'm trying to brainstorm here.
No, I love it.
It's a big. This is a big one.
It's an important problem to be able to solve. I like the idea of spawning in the list in space. I think that's a cool idea. But let me try this first. So, here, let's get that. It's cool. We can we have 4 different ones. We can implement it differently for each one. It's kind of funny. Okay, we're on a, but that doesn't matter. Oh wait. Well, how about this? And then if this one is selected and you have it, it stops. Oh, this actually might, oh, I like, this is clean. I like this. Maybe this is pretty clean. I mean, do I really need nodes here? Yeah, I do.
So what if you just did a counter and if it was 0, you would move on to the next, add 1 to the counter, and if it was 1, then you would stay on the counter unless you selected to move on. Put the input in.
Wait, I lost you. What do you mean?
Okay, so if you have a counter
Yeah.
and you have it at 0 for the first one, and if it puts out 2, you go to the second one. If it puts out 3, you go to the third one. Well,
When you say counter, do you mean like a calculator? Because counters can't do that. Or maybe just a variable or something. Counters can only add up by 1 or go down by 1.
right, so you would add or subtract based on your input. Like if you input up, you would add 1 to the counter. If you input down, you would
Yes.
subtract 1.
Okay.
But then it would read if 1 was powered on, right?
Yeah.
Like somewhat we would have and if it was powered on, or had a variable, if it was 0,
Yes.
then it would add 1, or I'm sorry,
Then it would add
1 on its own to the counter.
It would add another one. Yeah, that's exactly, that's equivalent to using a selector. There's no difference between doing that and a selector.
Same delay and everything.
It's exactly the same. It's just with a selector, it's easier to use because I have all these outputs. With a counter, I'd have to use a bunch of equal calculators to check which one I'm on. Does that make sense? But
Yep.
so what I'm doing here, basically, if any of these ever get selected, oh, and this should actually be a pulse. I might have to add that. We'll see.
Well,
But
you
if
could have the counter set a variable that would it would power on whichever one. Like if it was a 6, it would power on that one. I guess you still need. Yeah, never mind.
I'm not entirely sure what you
You
mean,
still
but
need-
it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
So what's happening here? Basically, the idea is if we're on a certain selector value and we have that item, it resets this counter. And then if we press up D-pad or down D-pad, it sets this counter, which starts cycling through these extremely fast. And the idea is it stops once we get to one we already have. That's the idea. It seems to work pretty well. But hold on, let's actually display the value, right? Okay. Hey, babe. Oh, this is actually working. This is actually working. They're all 0.
That's beautiful.
They're all 0, so it's just going to keep cycling. Let's actually set the value to something. So let's just do 1 0 1 0 1 0 1. Sure. I think it's working. Wait, it's skipping
yeah,
G.
Flashing over.
Yeah. I know. I told you that would happen. But no, it's skipping G, and I don't know if it should. Ooh.
Well,
It only skips G. That's not good. It should be immediately resetting. So the issue is these. I know. I forgot these need to be pulses. That's my bad. That's my bad. Now I'm curious if there's an easier way to do this. Like, do I have to put the pulse here, or can I put the pulse here? I believe I have to put it here. Oh, it worked. Hell yeah. There you go. So, look, we, remember, it was 10101. So, 10100, sorry, 10101, wait, what? 1010101. So, A, C, E, G is the ones that it should go on. A, C, oh, I went the wrong way. A, C, E, G. Is that what I said? Yeah. It works. See? So that's actually pretty simple. But, I mean, this is the cycling method, right? So you see, I mean, you have to see the issue. And there's ways around it.
So can you put a delay before the display or something?
Exactly. You would basically make it invisible until it stops cycling, right? But here's an interesting, so like, this is the issue I was referring to, and maybe it's not that bad. But what if we have the first one and the seventh
I know
one,
exactly what you're talking about.
right? I mean, it's passable, but it's like that's the delay you'd be waiting for it to stop, and it would feel really bad. Like, but it works, right? Like, it works perfectly.
See, but you can hide that with some kind of animation to make it seem like it's cycling through like weapon parts. Like if I
Yeah.
have something else going on, that's not noticed. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I mean, but then
there's some cool
like,
things that I can do to make that just seem
at
like
that point,
natural, like intentional.
why not just display? Why not just allow the player to cycle through the grayed out ones? You know, like why not just show the grayed out ones? I know why not, because that's super lame, and they need to discover it on their own. They don't. It's kind of lame to see everything off the bat. Some games it makes sense.
We could title them locked.
Yeah, no, we could.
Still, like,
We definitely could, but that's
not immersive.
it's lame. It's super lame in this case. It's like in Call of Duty, if like when you're cycling through your two weapons, you would cycle through every single weapon, but you would only be able to equip the two that you have. No, I'm saying in game. I'm just like as an example.
Yeah.
I'm saying like in game. It would be
but they do the gray out method also, so it's not like
for that for like
this,
but
though it doesn't work.
this is an
Because they
RPG
haven't
though. Yeah, it's
done-
different. This is an RPG sort of. Not really, but you know what I mean.
No, it's definitely an RPG.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So this is why I'm not a
It's
huge
just a
fan
shooting RPG.
of this method. But it works. So let's go to the third one. I'm not entirely sure what we could do here. What if I think it would be very what's up?
What if you like we talked about earlier? What if
Oh, shit,
you
that's right.
predetermined what the next one was going to be, so it didn't have to cycle?
That's what I've already done. It was just really it was 2% thermo.
No, but I'm saying
cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
with
how?
The same method. with the
Avox,
same
can you give me the
method
link?
just-
What's
the
up?
same
Yeah.
method that you just used, but add one more step to it, I guess.
To skip over. Yeah, but like at that point, it's the original method, dude. It's figuring out the next one and then going to it. That's I did that. Now it would probably be cheaper if I use less nodes, but not much cheaper. Yeah, but what's the link, Avox? Hit me up. Yeah, you spent the 5K imps, and I'm gonna get back to this because this is like linked lists are very, very useful in game development and in just anything.
I'm gonna play around a bit. I'm gonna update the. You updated it, right?
Yep, yeah, go for it, check it out. Yeah, Avox, let me know. I'm hopefully you're not gone yet. I can try searching your name. Links. Ooh, this is cool. Let's try it. It's very loud. Sorry for that, guys. All right, let's try it. Could you determine what the next one is and then store the previous item in the list and then go to that next one item? Why would you? What do you mean store the previous? What do you mean by store the previous one?
So what if when you
Typhus
open
with the
menu-
raid. What's going on? Thanks for the raid, dude. I appreciate it. You're here? All right, cool. This looks really good.
What if when you open the menu, that it determines you have 1, 2, and 3, and that you can only cycle between 1, 2, and 3?
Wait, one more time?
So the moment you open the menu,
Okay.
right, or even before that, it's already decided that you have 1, 2, and 3, and that you can only cycle through 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, but how does
We
it
have to
decide
power-
that?
We have to power on and off certain, like each chip, but I don't know how we can.
I mean,
balance it.
like I've already it's working, right? It's just really expensive. I think the idea is to just use a different method. I think it's promising. I'm gonna try an exclusive game method. I have an idea. We'll see. You're thinking of a Mario logic where you have a power-up that's stored in that little box on the UI. Wait, what? How's your stream, Typhus? How's it going? What's up, Itchy Man? Have a nice stream, guys. See you soon. All right, dude. I'll see you later. This is cool. Avox, one thing that I think you overlooked, the menus up and down works like perfectly, but left and right it scrolls, and I don't feel like that's how this should work. So when you go right from 3, it should go to 1. I don't think it should go to 4, but it's fine. All right, let's start. This looks amazing. Place the robots on the blue pads at the same time to establish a link. Oh, it's one of these games. Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. I love this type of game. This is really cool. Link successful. Nice. This is really well made. I just wish it was a little bit faster. Like, it feels really sluggish. Oh, there's a move count too. Oh, that's not the solution. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, it counts the number of moves. I like the drop shadow you put on the text. It's a nice touch. This is really neat. Okay, so I have to press that button to get through the door. This is so cool, dude. Yeah, there's a scoreboard, right. Oh, I have to stay on it. Interesting. This is really neat. This is nice. This is very nice. And good job with the level transitions too. Steel crates can't be used to link, but can be pushed and used to activate mechanisms. Okay, so oh. Interesting. This is great. I hate it, but I love it. This is so cool. What if for this level you were trolling me and I didn't actually need to use that block? Although I have a feeling I do. Although what if I didn't? You actually don't need it. You actually don't need it. You're a little troll, A-Box. The level you show us the steel box, you actually don't even need it. Well, now that I think about it, you don't need it for this one either. Oh, yes you do. Wait, do you? I don't even think you need it for this one. Why do you give me the steel thing if you don't need it? I love it. Yeah, the level design needs some work on this. Because, like, what's the point of the steel box if you literally just don't need it? Some gates can only be opened if all paths of a matching color are activated at the same time. Okay, so now I'm going to need the boxes. Like, 100%. Oh. Wait. Wait, this one can't be pushed. Aw, frick. Alright, let's reset. Oh, that's clever. Okay. That's clever. That's what we need. There we go. Wait, what? Huh. Oh, I see. There we go. There we go. This is really good. This is I love the animations. I wish it was a little snappier, but I really love the moving animations. Oh, we got 3 now. Hell yeah. Oh, hell no. Wait a second. Oh, no. Well, now it gets tough. This is nice. I really like this. Oh, I didn't even do it right. I'm close, though. Wait, I'm so close. I like this. If you hold L1 in the level select screen on level 7, you'll find the original version of this level. Okay. So are these cubes, because like it doesn't look like I can actually push these cubes on. Yeah, I can't even. Huh. So these cubes are just to get in my way, I assume. Interesting. Oh, well, hold on. We need to get someone in the center area first. Okay. This is very clever. This is insanely clever, man. What? Oh, crap. Just to make sure, this isn't a bug, right? Those boxes aren't able to be pushed onto them? Like, that's by design, right? What do you mean? Notice the two gray squares down the middle? What do you mean? What do you mean, notice the two gray squares down the middle? You figured out some solution? Okay. This is very difficult. But maybe I'm just being stupid. Which is definitely a possibility. Oh, maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need them there. But just to make sure, like, you can't... Yeah, you can't push these. Like, you can't push them onto the purple things. Which I don't think was the solution. Like, I'm pretty sure you did that on purpose. I figured out what you were thinking. Wait, what were you thinking? Dude, I don't know if I'm being stupid or something. This is really difficult. Like, at this point, I'm just hoping to get it from dumb luck. I feel like I'm actually close. But maybe not. No, I'm definitely not close. Yeah, this is like... This is genuinely really difficult. Let's think about this. I'm gonna restart. Let's think about this. I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I got it. Well, I mean, I said that. This is driving me insane. No! No! Oh, come on! Your hint did not help. Notice the two gray squares down the middle? The two gray squares down the middle. Squares or cubes? Make a column down the center with the two blocks. Oh. Why? Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Okay, hold on. I do want to see if my solution would work, though. Because I'm stubborn. No, you've designed the map in a way where my solution would not work. God damn it. Yeah, if I had the two blocks there, no kidding. No kidding. Good, yeah, that's smart. Well, let's just reset. Because I need some way to like push them. Yeah. That had me stumped. Oh, and now it's just super easy to... Yeah. Yep. That's a good one. I'm not gonna lie. That's a good one. That's a good one. If that's not the last level, I feel like it should be. Okay, fair enough. It's the second to last level. All right, so we have purple boy, purple boy. I mean, I have to assume we have two metal cubes. I mean, I might as well shove... Do I even need to use this again? I don't feel like I do. Oh, I guess I do. God damn it. Alright, yeah, I do. Oh, wait. Wait a second. I need two of my people over there. Of my people. How do I get... This is so cool, by the I love this. This game is so well made, dude. It works, and it's like the logic is flawless. So I don't need purple anymore. But I've lost one of my boys. Ah, crap. Oh, but I can push. Okay, hold on, hold on. What the hell? Okay, I need my guy on the inside to push the block. Hey, Malarty. Yeah, the song's good, too. But I can't... I must be doing something wrong. I can't open the door. So maybe I have to get this one. But I can't get this one because I need a second guy. Oh my god. Oh, there. Okay. All right. I mean, it doesn't really matter which one's in there. All right, cool, cool, cool. So now we have two boys over there. Wonderful. I don't know why I was having so much trouble with that. Is that a bug? I think that was a bug. I think this box is off. I'm pretty sure I can beat the level without it, but unless, am I wrong in thinking the orange box is supposed to work? I mean, it's fine, but I don't even need the orange box. Do I? Well, no, no, Andy, seriously though, the box is supposed to... The box is supposed to, like, do it, right? Isn't it? Natalie, what's wrong? What's up? Okay, sorry. Isn't the box supposed to, I need the box, don't I? Wait, do I? 500. Wait, he walked out. All right, it's fine. He escaped. Wait, now this guy's. No, come on. Oh, we're so close. I don't know. I'm just trying stuff at this point. Okay, this one was pretty good, not gonna lie. This one's pretty good. This one is pretty good. Well played. Well played. I figured it out. Well played, sir. Respect. You have my respect. They don't, Liam. They do not. That was pretty good. But one of the boxes didn't activate orange when it should have. But regardless, this is really good. You did a really good job with this. Pretty sure it's not an original idea, but I don't give a shit. The implementation is beautiful. Did I end on $4.99? Oh my god, hell yeah. Well done, thanks. Not bad. Was there a... Did I just waste my time? I didn't see any score updates. Oh, never mind. Oh, of course, Kel beat me. God damn it. Is this total moves? Does this update only if you have to go? Okay, thanks for playing. No problem, dude. Thanks for having me play this. Really nice job with this. Really, really nice job. Just really quick, though. Quick question. Do you... Like, how does this high score save? Is it only if you beat the game? Or is it if you play the game? Because wouldn't the highest score just be like if you only... Oh, simply complete all 9 levels to add your name to the list. Got you. Well, now I kind of want to try it again. Kind of want to speed run this. All right, let's... Wait, Avox, are you still here? If I play this again, will it update my score? I kind of want to beat Keld. So, we're going to try to beat Keld. And we're not... We're off to a rough start. Okay, I got it. Damn it. Okay, it's a good start. So I know the solutions now, so I won't be like guessing. Well, with that said. Yeah, okay, it's updating. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Is not the most optimal, but I didn't figure it was. Yeah, you like this one? I do too. I like it a lot. Shit. Wait, I remember doing this one without the square. Or without the cube. But how? That's how. Okay, and then this one, I've already forgotten this one. Did I need a cube for this one as well? I don't think I did. Oh, but this one, yeah, this is what you... Oh, maybe... Yeah, I know what you do for this one. I beat my old score by 1, but we'll take that. We take those. Okay, now this one I remember having issues with. So we did need to do that. Okay. Oh, right. You had to do the orange one first. That's right. I just lost 2 or 4 there, actually. This does not feel optimized. I feel like I could do that better. Well, let's see what I did on the first one. I beat it by 5. Can we reset? Oh no, we can't reset. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. 5 is good enough for now. That felt pretty good. Yeah, I just beat it by 10. That was pretty good. I feel like it's the last one where I'm gonna make up a lot. All right, we broke 800 or 700 or whatever. And then this is the last level. All right, this is where all the moves come in. So, wait, I don't even remember how I solved this one. Shit. I remember needing 2 of my people over here. So it begins. Got it. Yes. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Wait. How does he get back in now? Oh, probably like this. Yes, probably like that. Okay, hold on. What the hell just happened? Let's think about this for a second. We can do this. Yeah, 205. Right. Got it. Perfect. Okay. Okay, he's in. Now I just have to put that box. We have to go around. I got it. I'm gonna get it below 200, definitely. Oh, come on. Okay. I definitely could have done this better, but I just finished it. Yes, let's go, baby. All right. Didn't I? 435. Let's go. Did I just beat Avox? Let's go. That felt good. That felt good, not gonna lie. Hey, let's Let's go, beating the creator. Ugh, on a good day's work. Hey, Pixel, how's it going? We just beat Avox's game in 435 moves, and he beat it in 447. So basically, I'm better than him in every way. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He made a really cool game. If you want to check it out, it's called Linked. It's one of those games where when one character moves, all the characters move, and yeah, it's cool though. You can't get your Elgato's pass through to work? Shit. You beat this already? Nice. I mean, I don't see on the high score list. Just saying. Just saying. In fact, only 5 people have beaten it. They tweeted your game? Nice. You beat it before there was a score. Oh, whatever. Well, if you replay it, it should save your score, hopefully. Or not. But I don't know if... Oh, okay. So Notre is still in the call. We've been helping or working on Notre Damin's Mega Man project, and we took a slight tangent in trying to... Oh, he might be in it right now. In trying to make...
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
go
he's in
ahead.
it.
I'm just chilling.
Okay.
No, go
In
ahead.
trying to make
Yeah, I haven't
a
changed anything.
list that is scrollable both ways and is dynamic, as in you can add or remove things. And we have 2 implementations. One is this, which is definitely not great. How it just skips everything until it goes to one that's available.
How much does that one cost?
Oh, it's negligible. It's less than 1%. And then we have this one, which basically calculates the next value and goes to it.
Costs like 1.5 each.
So it's just instant. And it would work. Like right now we have it at 0 and 6. It would work for any combination. No, Swedish. Unfortunately, you still can't say the N-word, but I appreciate the follow. Thanks for asking, honestly. The capture just straight fails as soon as you plug in the pass-through. That's weird. That's super weird. It's cool that you got a capture card, though. No, you can't. But thank you for asking.
Yeah, they're 1.25% each. So
Both of them, or just the most expensive one?
the expensive one.
I don't think it's worth it. I'd like to try to develop a way that's better, just for myself, and maybe to make a tutorial. Because if I ban you for it, that's racist. No, I don't think that's racist. Sorry.
The cheap way is 0.25%. I'm sorry, 0.5% each.
Really, a half? I think it's cheaper than. Oh, yeah, half. Because
It's
that's about
2% for all 4. It's 2% for 4.
50 gadgets.
And
about
the other one's 5% for 4. So is it?
Yeah, 50%. That makes sense. And if you removed all the nodes, so that's 3 times 21 nodes. It would be less if I removed all the nodes. There's 21 nodes that are not needed at all. Which is that's 0.25%. Maybe a little less, but still. And yeah, the filter would block it anyway. But so no Swedish. I'm sorry. Good try though. Okay. How else can we do this? Music's a little too loud. Might be. Well, at least you're sorry. You're just making a sequel to Another Saves the Forest? No. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Notre, what's your squirrel for? What about Button Man? That Button Man is not my project.
It's practice right now.
It's just practice. It's a practice
Maybe for
squirrel.
something
It's a
down the
practice
road, yeah.
squirrel. I want to try to do this with exclusive gates somehow.
I'm just letting that squirrel thing become whatever it becomes, and
I
if
like
it doesn't
that.
become anything, then whatever.
I think there's a way to do this
Noter
with
says
exclusive gates, but I'm not sure. Like using the priority. What if each one had an exclusive gate? The priority can be whether or not it's here. Well, yeah, okay, let me show you guys the way that only scrolls one direction. And just to show you, like, how easy that would be. Actually, you wouldn't even put it in the priority, you'd put it in the power. So that's my bad. Yeah, it's actually a good idea. Let's start with something that's half working, I guess. Maybe we can develop something that works fully. I don't know. No, I have it working with no frame delays. It's just expensive. I haven't got it working yet. No, I have it working. You can check the direction the player wants to go with these. Difficult part is setting up the priority so it scales correctly. Oh, I see. So you're talking about with exclusive gates. And takes the fact that selectors loop into account. Oh, no, you're not. So Yoverk, yeah, I have it working right here. It's just really expensive. Well, it's not really it's just kind of expensive. Honestly,
it's
I mean,
pricey to cycle through.
It's just because there's so many nodes. It's so here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 7. That's 56. There's 56 nodes that you don't technically need with calculators. That's an interesting idea.
So clone 56 nodes and see how much that costs.
It's so a percentage is 110-ish gadgets just in general. So it would like cut it in half almost. Yeah, like it's not that bad. I just feel like here, and I'll show you it working. Let's do a more inspiring couple of values. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. So it's one, then that one, then it skips. See? So it's dynamic. It would work in game. You wouldn't have to, yeah. But, and it goes both ways. It works perfectly. I'm really happy with how this works. It's just, I feel like there's an easier way, you know? What is the game I'm playing? I'm playing Dreams. It's a PS4 game. And it's basically a game creator plus a game library. Not library, but like similar, you know those websites with all the Flash games that you can play? It's kind of like that. It's just a bunch of free games. You can make games on it, and then you can play games people have made. Yeah, oh, there you go, Andy. Thanks. Yeah, so, sorry for not answering you sooner. But thanks for asking. How does that not have frame delays? It has to loop through the empty slots. No, it's not looping through. It's not looping through the empty slots. It's specifically not looping through empty slots. I'll show you what does loop through empty slots. This one is looping through empty slots. What the hell? There. Oh, but this one isn't even working. Oh yes, this one's working. I didn't change this one's variable. So here, let's change this one's variable as well. Just so they're the same. So they're easier to compare. So this is a looping example. And the frame delay, and it goes both ways. But the frame delay is, I mean, this delay is not what I want. How'd you end up doing it? Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, let me try to explain this. The idea is that each microchip represents one of the slots. Good stream, but I gotta go later, man. I'll see you later, Swedish. I'm glad you enjoyed this stream. Each microchip represents one of the items, one of the slots. And the counter, if the counter's on, that means this is the current one that's hovered. If this is the current one that's hovered, it outputs a signal into previous and next. And these previous and next signals are wired in to the previous one, which is down here, and the next one, which is here. Now, if this one receives a next signal, it goes into here. So this node is whether or not it is in the list at all. If it's not in the list, it passes the next signal to the next one. If it is in the list, it waits for the next input, and then it sets it as the current one. If that didn't make sense, I'm not really sure. Here, one more thing I can explain. You can actually see the signal. So we're on this one right now. And here's the next signal. It goes to this one, skips this one, skips this one, skips this one, skips this one, and it goes to this one. Notice how this next signal is off. So when I press next, it'll go to G. This one will be the next one. See? And it's instant. It's completely instant. It's kind of, yeah, it's similar to that. It's hard-coded, but I mean, it has to be hard-coded. There's no other way. That's not actually true. There is another way. There is a way, but that way would require us to spawn in the list, and that's not really what I want. Does Wipeout use O, do you mean Fall Guys, as the reverse button or square? I don't know. It uses O as the back button. It uses O. Yeah, it's not that bad at all. Especially when you know how many years total. The problem is I feel like there should be a neater way to do, like a better way to do this. I just feel like there should be a better way. I'm pretty happy with this way, actually.
If it's 1.25% each, and you take the
it's less than that. If you take the nodes out, it's going to be. You said it was 1.5, right?
1.25. So then it takes it to 0.75%.
Yes. Yeah, less than 1%, which is not bad.
Especially with 4. So what is it? That's 3%.
It's about 3%. Yeah. But just for myself, I want to try I want to get it working better. I feel like there's a way to do it with exclusive gates, but I'm not sure. I just don't know. I forget. I'm pretty sure this doesn't work. But let's try it. So I don't think the queue works if you set priority, but I forget, so I'm gonna just do a test right now. Let's just do this. Let's do it whether it's active or not. With math, you can do it. You were so close. With math, you could do it. So, what do you mean by that? So maybe, yeah, let's try that. Let's try math. I don't think this exclusive gate, I've tried it before. Let's try it with math. So if we assign each one of these like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But then, well, hold on. Let's get this back. How do you know? So like this is 1. Oh, the variable's not set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do that. So like, let's say we're here and we need to get to here. That's 1. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to get to 5. We add 4. How do we know we need to add 4? Like, how do we know that? And then we're at 1, we need to get to 7 by going backwards. How do we go backwards like that? The coding name? Oh, hard coding? Yeah, it is a useful term. Got a BRB, but essentially you have to find out how to prioritize gates based on inputs, then loop the highest priority back, right, and check if it's the same one you sent out. Yeah. Huh. So maybe it is with exclusive gates. I don't know. Is this for Notre? Sort of. Yeah, Typhus. We're working on a Mega Man thing, and we're working on like a scrolling list that can change, right? So when you take an item out, we don't want you to see that item in the list. And we have a working solution, but I'm trying to think of a better way to do it with possibly exclusive gates. You're telling the computer.
Yovork says you wouldn't need exclusive gates with his method.
Oh, you wouldn't need exclusive. Sure, I want to try to use exclusive gates though. So, oh my gosh, Boom gifted a sub to Typhus. Thank you so much. Gifted 3 months to Typhus. 3 months. Gifted 3 months of tier 1 sub to Typhus. Thank you so much, Boom. I really appreciate it, dude. Holy shit. What the hell? Oh, what the hell is gift? Wait, what the? And then a tier sub to Rick, too. What the hell? Boom, thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. You get a bunch of hearts. The continued support. Was gonna do Predator. Oh my god. Now you're just trolling him. But yeah, it's kind of for Notre, but it's kind of for myself. Wait, was he actually working on Predator?
Yeah, he is. It's pretty badass.
Oh, holy shit, that's awesome. So how Q works is if we close the gate that's active, in this case we can just close all of the gates. And actually we don't do power, we do this. My bad. We don't need to power them off. There's no reason to do that. So I just want to show you guys how easy it is to do this with exclusive gates. Although this actually might not work since I set it with priority, but we'll see. We will see. I actually don't think this is going to work. Yeah, this doesn't work. They all have to be the same priority. All right, here we go. Oh, it's still not working. I wonder why. Oh, because they're not set to queue. That's why. Whoops. It's kind of an important part of it. There we go. So notice how they're scrolling. It's not in any order, but it goes this one, then this one, then this one. So it actually isn't in order. My bad. But it's in the order you place them in. But there's no way to make it scroll the other way. So this is working without a delay, by the way. But in fact, just to show you that it's working without a delay, let's make these two the same number. So 1, 1, and then 1 at the end.
So there's no way to go like the opposite direction.
No.
Is that
not with
even
exclusive
a big
gates?
deal?
Who cares? It's not, but at the same time, it's kind of awkward.
I mean, if you have all of them, it's kind of tedious.
For this kind of menu, you kind of need to go both ways.
Yeah.
But again, dude, I want to stress, like, we already have a solution for you that's working perfectly. I'm just doing this for myself. I just want this to work. Like, I want an easier way, right? But I mean, this way is that, like, I could probably, well, definitely optimize this and neaten it up. At the very least, getting rid of the majority of these nodes. But anyway, like imagine if this was it. Just a bunch of exclusive gates. I just wish there was a way to like...
That's cheap.
I wish there was a way to make it go the other way. I wonder if there is. Like, I was thinking, like, what if you had 2 sets of exclusive gates? But with the second set, you would spawn them in, you would place them in from bottom to top. So that's the way they naturally queue. Jesus. Because again, the order they queue in depends on the when they're spawned in. I actually think this is promising. Oh, the issue was a TV issue? Pixel, did you get the stream working? Or the Elgato working? So that's backwards. This is forwards. They'll be named something else. Don't worry. But for now, it will be F. Let's just see. Wait. It's not going to the next one. Did I do something wrong? Oh, they're not set to queue again. Whoops. Wait. Wait, I'm wrong. They're cycling in the same direction. Even though... Wait, what? Top to bottom. They're both going top to bottom. I thought one would cycle in the other direction. What the hell? Shoot. Look, it would be so much easier if they just gave us an option. It literally, all it would need to be is cycle direction, forward or backwards. Just like a toggle or something. And then every time you if you press up, it would toggle the cycle direction forward, and if you press down, it would toggle the cycle direction backwards. It would be that easy. It would be so easy. And I know internally it's hard-coded for them. I don't know that, but I'm assuming it's just hard-coding what direction it goes in. So they would be able to add that. It's just a toggle to toggle which direction you cycle in. It would make it so much easier. This isn't going to work. This is not going to work, unfortunately. Aiden Payton, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. The TV I wanted to use on my desk isn't compatible. Oh, that sucks, dude. What is the practicality of creating a usable deck of cards in Dreams? What's the practicality? Do you mean like how easy it is or how realistic it is to do that? Is that what you mean? Pretty difficult. Dreams does not handle lists of data very well. If you were to make a blackjack game, it would not be easy. You could do it though. It would not be easy. I think I have something to show you though. Yeah, this. Check this out. So, yeah, check this out. This is imagine this is a deck of cards. And it auto orders. And we can navigate forwards and backwards. Look at this. We can add more. Forwards and backwards. Here's the cool thing. Hold on. That's not the cool thing. Look. Delete. Delete. So I've just deleted 5 and 7. So look, these numbers are the fake numbers, or are the display numbers, and then the top left are the IDs. So I just deleted 5 and 7, and look, it auto orders, and we can still scroll through them. So forwards and backwards. This works. Okay? This works, but you have to rebuild it like every time. So every time something's deleted, you have to rebuild it. But again, it works really well. So this would be like a deck of cards kind of thing. How you can, well, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of a cool tech demo. I don't even know if you'd actually use this in Dreams. But like it's been a while since I did this, but okay, that's the manager, and this is what each card is. I believe I'm just messing with the priority or something. I don't even know. Yeah, and it just like assigns. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. But the good thing about the list is it's dynamic. Right. But yeah, anyway, I would like an easier way to work this out. I have one more idea, and this is similar to what I just showed, actually. I want to try spawning in these objects, like in actual space. Now, this could get messy very quickly, but we'll see. We need a number that's saved. I believe the best way to do this is this. What's the best way to save a number? I believe this isn't the best. Well, I'd say this is the best way, actually. Oh, actually, yeah. And then this is the number that let's just display it, I guess. Well, oh, how do we know this is not selected? We're gonna have to omit with the wires, and then how do we know this is the one selected, though? I guess we'd have a tag called cursor. Yeah, this is getting like really complex because we're gonna be spawning these in space, but cheap. Complex but cheap. And then if cursor tag is sensed, then that is the value that is saved. And maybe we get it from there. And instead of this, it's just going to be this. Okay. So how do we set this value? We need an emitter. Honestly, would it be one emitter? No, it's definitely multiple emitter. Well, wait. Is it one emitter or 7 emitters? 7 emitters would be instant. That would be kind of nice, actually. That would actually be really nice, but how do we know the position? I have an idea. No, I don't know, because, like, if we have 7 emitters, it's instant. So if we could just calculate the position with 7 emitters, that would be ideal. That would be extremely ideal. You want to use the controller sensor camera on a vehicle, but sometimes the camera gets stuck inside the vehicle. Yeah, definitely. So Duck, you need to make... I believe the camera clips on physical things, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think you can control what it clips on, but it's just automatically clipping on physical things that are collidable, if I'm not mistaken. So if you make what it gets stuck on non-collidable, you should be good. Collidable and visible, I think. So if you make as a test, make your entire car invisible and see if it still clips. It shouldn't. So what you want to do is make the car either visible or make parts of the car collidable. Don't make things collidable and visible. Does that make sense? And then you shouldn't have any more clipping issues. All right, so with this, what do we want to do? We want... Every time this chip turns on, we want to spawn our list in space, in real space. Like this. Where are we spawning this? Where are we spawning this? This is where it gets tricky. We need to set the positions. If it's 0, okay, okay, I think we can do this, though. This is promising. I actually like this a lot. We have this. Let's put this in a chat. And then we'll make the cursor later. But... So if it's, yeah, is this what we want? Let's do a timer. It needs some sort of delay. It's almost 11. Shit. Okay, so this is spawning it in, but we need to spawn it in a specific position. That's important. What is that position? This is where it gets tricky. What is that position? It's 0, 0, 0. Right? It's 0, 0, 0. But not exactly. We want to add 1 every single time. So it starts at 0 to X, I believe. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's what we want. And then we continuously increment it. But we only increment it if... Ooh, this is good. I like this. I like this. I like this a lot, actually. Now we have 7 emitters, so we need 7 different objects. Wait, but if we're just emitting the different objects, why do we have to do position? If we're just emitting the objects, we don't need to do emit with wires at all. All we have to do is hard code each object. So we don't need to save the number. We already know the number. The number is just going to be hard coded since we're doing 7 emitters. Let's do a number display, or a value slider rather. So it's from 1, and it's from 0 to 6. It's from 0 to 6. And we have 7 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now this is hard coding it, but we're going for like as cheap as possible. But at this point, like, why wouldn't we just use... Did I just set that? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4... I think my time would be better spent optimizing the one that's actually working. But this is just kind of a cool thing to work on, so. 5, 6, okay. Now each emitter is going to be linked to one of these, and the position is going to be calculated based on whether or not it's actually in the list. And it will emit if it's in the list. It just won't emit if it's not in the list. Okay, so let's link the emitters. So that's 3. 4. 5. 6. That was the wrong one. 6. And 7. Okay. Okay, the emitters are linked. The positions are all good. I don't know where 0, 0 is, but I guess we'll find out. Now what? We need a cursor. Let's just see if this works, though. Okay, so here are our objects, and it worked. That worked perfectly. 1, 2, 3 objects. That actually worked really well. Instead of 0, 0, 0... Well, actually, yeah, that's fine. Well, is it fine? Can we make Y higher? This will control the cursor. This will be the Y value. Let's make it 4. Okay, seriously, like... Oh, you know what? Maybe it's because the grid is on. The reason I'm making it 4, by the way, is just so it's, like, higher up. So it's easier to work with. This is really annoying. So if we try it now, yep, there are objects. They all spawn in instantly, and this is the cool part, guys. Look, so the number is 11000001. So it should be like 056, I think. I can't actually scope into it. Holy shit. Okay, that's fine. We'll just do it this way. So this is the number. I think this is the way I was going to do it. I kind of like this way. All right, we'll need to make a cursor really quick. I hope we... Are we still emitting with wires even? Yeah, we should be. Yeah, we are. Good. Okay, now we need a cursor to navigate that. See, now it's starting to get expensive, though, because, like, we have all these items with all these little things, and then all these chips, which spawn those things in. So it's like, is it really that much cheaper? I don't know. You got number 3 on that
Probably
link
not.
game. At least you're beating Keld. Nice. What's up, Notre?
I said probably not, really.
Probably not, right? But
The best method is probably to...
probably the
I
original.
wouldn't even worry about taking the nodes out in the original.
Yeah.
I could do that, but like, is there a way to streamline it another way
Yeah,
with that same method?
probably.
You know what I mean? Like, that works extremely well.
It does. This is cool though. How like we're spawning in the objects in space depending on whether or not we have it.
This is what's beautiful about dreams to me is there's like there's so many ways
Well,
to do
programming,
everything.
not just dreams.
Well, yeah.
Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah,
but
in general, you're right.
I know what you mean. I know. I'm just a fan of programming in general. Yeah, there's so in dreams. There's so many ways to skin a cat, one might say. Actually, hopefully no one says that. But yeah, so we're gonna delete
People
this
say
one.
that.
Yeah, I know. It's just very, very. Programming is lame. You're lame. All right, I say yeah. Let's. This way works flawlessly. Can we streamline it? Wow, streamline it. That's yeah. At the very least, like these wires, for example, are hideous. What can we do about that? We could... I would be okay, honestly, with just putting a controller sensor in every single one of these. But we'd still need the pulses.
Yo, for it.
Saying that's what he likes about dreams doesn't need a correction. Yeah, I know. But it's implying that programming isn't. Like... No, it's not necessarily even applying that. No, you're right. But no, I completely agree. That is what's great about dreams. It's like how flexible it is. So I guess it's great that dreams is like a programming language, you know?
Touche.
Well, no, I'm saying I was wrong to correct you.
I wasn't offended by it, so
Yeah.
don't be concerned.
Okay. I think Yolbert was offended. What's up, babe? Oh, that's right. What time is your ceremony thing? 10:30? Nice. No, I gotta get off. Yeah, you were offended. Nice.
Well, dude, thanks for going above and beyond.
Oh, yeah, no problem. No, I mean, I did this specifically for me, honestly. I really like this kind of problem.
Regardless of who it was for, it
But-
still helped me to...
Oh yeah, no, by like
None.
I mean like the last 2 hours. but this like solution is really nice. I'm hoping I can get it at least a little bit cheaper. But
Yeah, so I'll go through tonight and take all the nodes off. And then...
I'm not sure if you want to now that I'm looking at it, cuz like this node goes to 2 different things, right? So it would add 2 more inputs here, and it would be even crazier. If I were you, and ironically this would make it more expensive, but I would change this control method. Actually, you know what? Here, this is what you should do. Get rid of this. Yeah, get rid of that crap. It makes it just so messy. And I would just put this in a bunch of them. But again, this does make it more expensive.
What time is it?
It's 10:59.
Yeah, that's the opposite.
why
of
do
I
what we
know,
wanted.
I know. You're
So
right.
you only go to bed at 11 every day, so you think...
Yeah, I gotta get off though. I like it
I'll
though.
play with
I
it.
like the solution,
We'll see
and
what we can
keep
figure
in
out.
mind, like, it's only this expensive if you have 7. And you said yourself you're probably not gonna have 7 of
We
every
only need
single
4.
one. Yeah, exactly. For most of yeah. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm pretty happy with this solution. I don't see a better way to do it, but I mean, you can always neaten it up or something. Yeah, that honestly that went pretty well. I'm glad we found a solution for it. I wish there was a more elegant one, but I guess a more elegant one would be to change what kind of thing you're doing. But like instead of a scrolling thing, you do something else. But
there are a bunch of workarounds, but that
exactly.
works so smoothly. Like, why mess with it?
Yeah.
Unless something comes up later where we really get hit hard
Where
on,
you need like
thermo.
5% thermo, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to go to bed.
But all right.
All right, dude. Well, thanks a lot.
No problem. No problem. It's
I'll
fun
talk to
working
you.
on the Mega Man thing, and it's also gonna be fun working on this new project. It's gonna be interesting.
Ego. Project Ego.
Let me like it's almost sounding like you don't even need my help, which honestly is ideal. Not in
Right.
let me
We will.
in the sense that like
definitely will.
that it's not super complex is what I mean. I'm all for helping with this though.
I'm shocked at how simple it's actually
Yeah.
probably gonna be.
The new
Let's
head
just hope that
the new head tracker with the look at sensor is like really nice.
yes.
But
Yeah, that's beautiful for this concept.
I'm still not
man.
sure. So like, what is the game? I'm getting off, babe. You can stop yelling
I'm
at me.
trying to help you.
No, I'm done. But what is your game like? Can you explain it as we raid?
Yeah, so it's called the egocentric predicament. You wake up in a house in 1968, which is your house. And we're going to establish normalcy. So you're just going to kind of go through the day. I don't know what that's going to be exactly yet. And then either the next day or later that day, reality is going to bend in a million different ways. Some of the ones I have you looked at the Trello?
Not
so I have
recently.
like airplane couch. Like you're literally going to be sitting on the couch and then like a control stick for an airplane is going to pop up in front of you, and then next thing you know the walls are going to fall down and you're going to be in the clouds like flying this airplane. You know, so that might need a little more than just like look at, you know. But then there's other things that are going to be really simple. Like if you look at a painting, like it's going to start to either come out into the room or you'll enter that painting.
Some trippy shit. So like, so a lot of the stuff is just like trippy, like cool effects, but you're going to have some other stuff that's like, that's more logic intensive. It sounds like that's cool.
Yeah, there's things on each side of the spectrum, I guess.
I'm raiding. Don't worry.
You're not though.
You're watching Joe right now. Nice. Well, dude, I look forward. If you need what are you doing? Stop.
I'm ending your stream.
Stop. Come on.
Let's
Please
go.
stop. If you need any help with some stuff, I look forward to.
The hardest thing I think is gonna be to like make to fit things into scenes and make it look smooth.
Right. The transitions. Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I am gonna be streaming tomorrow. I'm not sure what time though. I actually have no idea what time. Natalie has this thing that's like white coat ceremony or something. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure how long that's gonna take. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I will see you later. And Notre, thank you again. This was fun. Oh, you already left. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Oh, and one more time, really quick. I have a new YouTube video out. Please watch it. 0 to 1. So if we just play this, no, here it is. Please upvote it. It helps so much. Thanks, guys. All right, I'll see you guys later for real now.
Hey, Latina, yes. And you can maybe, drop a little like, I don't know. just a little like, and there. Oh, Lord. Hey, sir.